Friday Night Rivals pregame show is sponsored by Food City.
Welcome to week number 6 of Toyota's Friday Night Rivals presented by Holston Medical Group. This is the Food City pregame show. Tonight's game features the Hampton Bulldogs and the South Greene Rebels. These two schools have developed a nice rivalry of late, and just like it has been in recent years, tonight's game basically a de facto region championship game, which only adds to what makes this series so special.
It's become a great rivalry, you know, with us and Hampton. You know, there was many years there that early on in the 80s and 90s, we were in the same conference. Then there were some years that Hampton went down to single A, and we didn't see them for a bunch of years. But it's a great rivalry to have, and Hampton's got a great team every year. And, you know, and just by happening the last few years, we've been able to compete and have a good game with both of us. And, you know, like I say, this will be the third time that you've had the game, and it's come down to the wire. So hopefully we can do that again this year with Hampton.
Once again this year, very likely the winner of this game will win the region championship, so it kind of just adds to, but it's been like that the last couple of years.
Our goal is every year is to win the conference. You know, that's one of our main goals, and then see how far we go in the playoffs. But, you know, last couple, you know, since we played last year, you know, Hampton's got on a huge roll, you know, go to the state finals, and now they're the #1 team in the state. So it's going to be fun for an atmosphere, for the kids around here, and an atmosphere that we want to have on Friday night.
Atmosphere-wise, what's it going to be like to have the #1 team in the state in your backyard?
We've played a lot of, you know, teams that's been ranked before, but this may be the first time we get the #1 team. It's going to be very exciting, you know, being on TV, and then we got senior night going on, and some other stuff going on. So it's going to be a great atmosphere around here. You know, we played Chuckie-Doke, a county rival, last week, had a big crowd, but I expect a bigger crowd this week, you know, because it's always big between us and Hampton the last 4 years. So I expect a big crowd and everybody to be excited Friday night.
You mentioned senior night. How odd is it to have senior night on September the 30th?
Well, you know, that's very odd, the way the schedule worked out. Last year we had 6 home games. The last 3 was at home, and then we played 2 playoff games. So we ended up with 8 home games last year. Now this year, you know, you try to go 5-5. We got 4, and it just by happens, you know, we got 3 right here in a row, and then we got to go on the road to the last 3. We have an off week, and then it's going to be 5 weeks before we play here again with the home playoff game. So it is very rare in September to have senior night. You're usually doing it when it's cold outside at the end of October.
2-4 in the season. You have a younger team. What have you learned about your team so far this season, and what do you guys need to improve on with a chance to beat Hampton?
We just got to quit making the mental mistakes. You know, the mistakes are killing us. You know, 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago, excuse me, at West Greene, you know, we felt like mistakes beat us down there. You know, we turned the ball over 5 times. Friday night against Chuckie-Doke, you know, we score. We've held Chuckie-Doke. We're driving again and throw a 100-yard pick 6, and that was just a backbreaker. You know, things went downhill from there, and actually we felt like, you know, we only gave up like 16 total yards in the first half, and we felt like we should have been up 14-0. That's a different game. But you know, you're playing with 14 and 15-year-old kids, you know, so they're going to make mistakes. We just got to learn from them. You know, we come in here and practice this week, and, you know, Hampton's got a great ball club. You know, the #1 team in the state. They're rolling right now on both sides of the ball, so we just got to come in here and you know, fix the mistakes and play hard-nosed football.
What's it like coaching a young team after you've had a couple of veteran teams? Do you change your approach at all when you have a younger team?
It's one of those things where, you know, you go out to practice or you do 7-on-7, and based on the quarterbacks you had before, receivers you had before, you're expecting the same thing to happen. Then you got to step back. You know, when they make a few mistakes, it's like, wait a minute here, this ain't the same kind of kid, ain't the same group. So it's really different, you know, coaching these guys up, but it's exciting as a coach. You know, you got somebody different. You know, we had you know, people we knew was going to be the quarterback for like the last 6 years. You know, coming in this year, we didn't know who it was going to be. To me, you could be young on offensive line, you can be young at each other's skill positions, but when you're young at quarterback, you know, they touch the football every single snap. So that's you know, that's been the part that's been a struggle with us this year.
You said your defense has played well. Hampton, notorious, they have those 7, 8, 9-minute drives that kind of eat up a whole quarter. How important will it be to not have that happen on Friday night?
The big thing is, you know, you can give up drives as long as they don't score. You know, and the good thing is, and especially in high school football and 2A, you're looking at touchdowns. You know, in college, they may drive down and get a field goal. That really doesn't happen a lot in high school. So we're okay if we give up drives, if we keep them out in the end zone, but then we got to go score. You know, and you know, that's what you got to have, and then you're hope for a low-scoring game.
Looking at Hampton coming off a bye week, do you think that's a disadvantage for you that they've had 2 weeks, or an advantage that maybe they were rolling and had to take a week off?
They got to come watch us last Friday night, so they were here. So that's always big when you got that big conference game for the regional championship to come watch them the week before. So I think it's an advantage to Hampton. You know, like I say, you know, we're at the end of the year. Our off week is the last week. So the positive about that is we can go watch the playoff teams that we're going to play. You know, we can go watch them live. So, but it is big for Hampton to have that week off to, you know, maybe nurse some injuries that they've had, get those guys back healthy, and then again come and scout us and see what's going on. So I feel that it's an advantage for them being able to have that week off.
Coming up next, we're going to catch up with the head coach of the top-ranked team in the state in Class 2A, the Hampton Bulldogs.
What's your definition of fresh? At Food City, ours starts every morning as our certified butchers hand-cut everything you see behind the counter fresh that day. Fresh also means our beef is ground in the store several times a day, time-stamped with the hour it was ground. That's a fresh guarantee. The fact is, it just doesn't get any fresher than this. That's why we say, start fresh with Food City.
At Bank of Tennessee, it's our job to help you focus on the happy moments and check off the things on your to-do list to pull it all off, like finding the perfect soil mixture, the right pots, and a healthy inventory. So you can wonder what they'll think of the displays, and if your green thumb will leave its mark on the community. We're here along the way so you can pull off the happiest moments in life. Bank of Tennessee, in the business of happiness.
All trophies and plaques for WCYB's Friday Night Rivals are provided by Eddie's Trophies and Gift Shop in Bristol. Eddie's Trophies also offers medals, plaques, acrylics, glass, and crystal pieces for your business, school, or sports team. That's Eddie's Trophy and Gift Shop, online at eddiestrophies.com.
Nobody beats Friendship Hyundai of Bristol and Johnson City. At Friendship Hyundai, get a lifetime warranty on every new and used car, and any reason 7-day exchange, and our service department services any make, any model, anytime. At Friendship Hyundai, we're dealing.
Winter is coming, so don't wait to get your home ready for the cold with propane from Marsh Propane. Family owned and operated, Marsh Propane has been serving the region since 1966. Whether you're building a new home, switching over to gas heat, or just want to change your provider, Marsh Propane makes it fast and easy. Heating your home and water, cooking, or relaxing with your family, you'll never be let down by the dependability of gas. Fight the chill year-round with Marsh Propane. Service, safety, dependability.
Things are good at Hampton these days. The Bulldogs made it to the Class 2A state championship game last year. This year, they're 5-0, ranked #1 in the state in 2A. But Hampton head coach Michael Lunsford knows his team will get their biggest challenge to date against a team they know very well.
It's very competitive. It's very, very emotional. There's a lot of emotions go into it. We've come out on the bad end the last 2 years, but, we've felt like we improved from playing the game. I feel like they make us better, and I feel like we do the same for them.
For your guys, is there any extra motivation knowing that you've come up on the short end the last 2 years in this game? I'm sure they're tired of that being the case. They probably want to right that wrong a little bit.
I'm sure they do, and of course it being on TV too, it's a big event for them, and they have a lot of emotions build up. Some of these kids, they won as freshmen, and they've not won again until this is their senior year. So now they're looking for the opportunity to get back in the win column. So yeah, I'm sure there is a little extra motivation for them.
How about for your team so far this season? You're 2-0 on the road, but both of your road games have been very close games. Your 3 home games have been blowouts. What are you looking for your team to go on the road again this week against a good Rebels team?
We're a very inexperienced team when we went to Pigeon Forge, first game of the year, replacing a ton of people on both sides of the ball off of last year's team. So, being able to play that game and in that kind of environment, I think that will help us. And, when we go to South Greene, we know it's an intense atmosphere. There's not a lot of stands. People's right on top of you. And so there'll be a lot of emotions that go into it.
Going down to South Greene, if people look at their record, say, they're 2-4, but who they've played and maybe how some of those games have gone. Their record, is it a little misleading?
It's definitely misleading. They're a much better football team than what their record shows. The West Greene game is kind of a shocker to me. Chucky Doak was 21-14 game with them in Alcoa going into halftime, or them in Knox Catholic, going into the half. Then playing Knox Catholic and playing Daniel Boone, those teams were good football teams, and they've won against good competition, so they'll be ready for when we come in there.
Are you anxious, excited to see how your team responds to maybe its most difficult challenge to date so far?
I am interested to see. I feel like they're ready. I feel like they've been kind of chomping at the bit for a little more competition on some of these games. The Happy Valley game, we started pulling guys pretty early, and they're on the sidelines. Coach, come on, coach, because they want to play, and they work hard and they deserve the opportunity to get to play more than just a half of a game or something. But I look forward to see what kind of fortitude they'll put forth.
You're coming off a bye week. What are the advantages, disadvantages of coming into this game after a bye week?
One advantage, we was able to get one of our linemen back, getting Will Thornton back. I think he'll make a difference for us. Just an extra body to throw in there, even if it's just as a rotational piece, it's one extra body. The downside of it is it's hard to prepare for the same team for 2 weeks and to keep their mindset on the goal at hand. So it's hard to keep them motivated and keep them working hard. But these kids have handled it pretty good so far, and we felt like we had good practices last week.
After making it to the state championship game last year, losing what you did, I'm sure a lot of people thought, okay, well, Hampton will take a step back. Now you see you're 5-0, you're ranked #1 in the state. So how have you guys not avoided taking that natural step back?
Just keeping our heads down, not keeping our nose in the newspapers or on the news. Just paying attention. Nick Saban calls it rat poison. Not eating the rat poison, just going to work and preparing each day and trying to get better this day in practice and not paying attention to anything else besides how can I improve and how can I get better.
What you did last year, I know Hampton's had a rich tradition, but is that kind of maybe take it to another level, higher expectations for these next groups coming through, saying, okay, it is possible to get to the championship game. Now you guys know what it takes to get there again.
Yeah, and seeing that it is possible. I felt like, a lot of times the coaches believed that they had an opportunity to do that if they got the chances, but I don't know how much the kids actually believe that they could do something like that.
Now, for the kids that are back, are they teaching the younger kids, showing that example and also saying, hey, this is what it takes if we want to be playing into December?
Yeah, I think you see a lot of that in the weight room. We had a really good year in the weight room, and I think part of that was because of the success that we'd had, that we had a lot of kids show up. We had a lot of kids that were really more committed than they had been in the past, and I felt like we made strides and improved a lot in the weight room over the summer.
Is this what it takes I know we're filming this interview in the weight room, is that what it takes maybe to separate the contenders and the pretenders, is getting the guys committed in here from January to August?
I think it is, and it's not so much about, we want to improve, we want to get bigger, stronger, faster, but showing commitment to be in the weight room for that many months in a row without having a payday, and to be committed to being here and to being committed to wanting to be good. I think that shows as much about your team as anything, the character of the team that shows up in the weight room like that.
Coming up next, we're going to go inside the numbers on the Rebels and Bulldogs as our countdown to kickoff continues.
Start Saturday strong with Big Noon Saturday on Fox. Touchdown, Michigan! Blake Corum leads #4 Michigan's dominant ground game in a tough road test against Iowa. The best pregame, the best announcers, the biggest games. Michigan, Iowa, all part of Big Noon Saturday on Fox.
Hey, I'm Ethan.
And I'm Danielle.
And we're back on the road again in the adventurous new Toyota RAV4. Now, we can tell you why RAV4 is the best-selling SUV.
But we'd rather show you.
Let's go.
First off, RAV4 is one of 14 different Toyotas available as an electrified vehicle.
At 40 mpg, it's got a driving range of 580 miles.
Saving you thousands in fuel costs over the next 5 years.
And every new RAV4 comes with 2-year no-cost maintenance included.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Oh, golly, I started loving cotton candy when I was just knee-high to a grasshopper. My daddy took me and my siblings to the county fair and bought each one of us our very own cotton candy. And it tasted just like this right here. Oh, it's a swirl of blue creamy goodness. Lottie me, I've always liked Pals, but now I love Pals. The new cotton candy shake from Pals is here, only for a limited time.
Pals, great food in a flash.
Cotton up, y'all.
Citizens Bank is a locally owned and operated bank serving communities in East Tennessee. The bank was established in 1934 with 3 guiding principles at its foundation: assurance of safety to depositors, a high standard of service to customers, and a genuine desire to serve the community. These principles are the core factor in the success that has lasted over 85 years and grown Citizens Bank to the renowned financial institution it is today. To learn more about Citizens Bank, visit citizensbank24.com.
Next, Drew.
It's an all-new Drew's News with the hosts of CBS Mornings and Nicole Ritchie.
All new Drew.
Monday at 5 on Fox 39.
Welcome back to the Food City pregame show. Let's go inside the numbers on tonight's matchup between Hampton and South Greene. This series has been back and forth the last 6 years. Each team has 3 wins. South Greene, they have won 3 of the last 4 matchups between these two. However, take a look at the margin of victory. South Greene, their 3 wins over Hampton have been by a total of 16 points. Meanwhile, Hampton's 3 wins have been by a total of 102 points. So in the last 6 years, it's either been Hampton winning a blowout or South Greene winning a close game. Hampton's last win at South Greene came back in 2016. Well, there's only one thing left to do before kickoff, and that's make some predictions. The Prep Picks crew is up next as we continue our countdown to kickoff.
Getting that perfect slice is satisfying, fulfilling, and rewarding too. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Slice to order makes a sub above.
The undisputed heavyweight volume dealer from Knoxville to Roanoke, Friendship Jeep of Bristol, we're dealing. It's Jeep Adventure Days at Friendship Jeep in Bristol. Right now, get 0% for 72 months on select Gladiators, and come see the all-new 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xE. Nobody beats the #1 Jeep dealer in Tennessee at Friendship Jeep in Bristol. We're dealing.
What's your definition of fresh? At Food City, ours starts every morning as our certified butchers hand-cut everything you see behind the counter fresh that day. Fresh also means our beef is ground in the store several times a day, time-stamped with the hour it was ground. That's a fresh guarantee. The fact is, it just doesn't get any fresher than this. That's why we say, start fresh with Food City.
Citizens Bank is a locally owned and operated bank serving communities in East Tennessee. The bank was established in 1934 with 3 guiding principles at its foundation: assurance of safety to depositors, a high standard of service to customers, and a genuine desire to serve the community. These principles are the core factor in the success that has lasted over 85 years and grown Citizens Bank to the renowned financial institution it is today. To learn more about Citizens Bank, visit citizensbank24.com.
Saturday is a Storm Track 5 weather alert day as Ian brings wind and rain to our region. Download our Storm Track 5 weather app to stay informed wherever you are. Trust us for real-time information on News 5, WCYB.com, and our Storm Track 5 weather app.
Prep Picks is sponsored by Hardee's.
Welcome to week number 7 of Prep Picks. I'm Casey Guest alongside Heather Williams and Steve Williams with ESPN Tri-Cities, TriCitySports.com. Last week, I went 4-1, and as a result, got a 2-game lead over both Heather and Steve, so you guys have to play some catch-up. Heather, first game up for debate this week, Lebanon at Gate City.
You're going to make me start as bad as a week I had? This is how we want to get things going? Well, I have to say I've been pretty impressed with Gate City, and my gut told me I should have taken them last week, and I couldn't pull the trigger, and that was a mistake. And for that, I apologize, Gate City. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I'm not picking against Gate City.
Yeah, I don't think I'm 2 games behind. I'm actually 2 feet behind. That's what I like from being a tie for first. Yes, Gate City last week, after falling behind 16-0 to Union, got that offense rolling. And defense has really picked up as well. They allowed 62 points in that loss to Radford early in the year, only 47 cents in that 3-game winning streak. I'm not going to let the Blue Devils fool me yet again. I'm taking Gate City to make it 4 straight wins.
Gate City may be very unhappy that we're all picking them this week because they've done really well when we don't pick them. But sorry, guys, if you end up losing this week, maybe we'll reconsider in the future. But we're all taking you this week to get the win over Lebanon. Steve, next up in Northeast Tennessee, Tennessee High off a win at Abingdon. They are on the road, a huge region game at Morristown West.
Yeah, you know, Tennessee High wins this game, pretty much sets up what could be a Region 1 5A championship game against Daniel Boone in a couple of weeks. Tennessee High really took advantage of its opportunities against Abingdon last week. The Falcons had 18 first downs to 8, outgained the Vikings by 75 yards, but turned it over 4 times, committed 9 penalties, had 2 blocked punts, allowed a kickoff return. I don't think that Morristown West is going to be quite as gratuitous as were the Falcons. Plus, they've got that running back, Tyson Johnson. I think it's going to be a good football game, but I got to go with Morristown West at home.
Well, Casey and I were on the call of that game last week, Tennessee High, and they really impressed me. I hadn't seen them play this year, and they're much further along, I thought, in the development than they would be with their fourth coach in 3 years. That defense was pretty tenacious. Their special teams were really something special. I'm going to disagree on this one. I think Tennessee High, this is their moment. I think they're a lot further along than people think they are. I'm going to go with the Vikings.
This week, Morristown West is going to get the win over the Vikings. Heather, our Friday night rivals game this week, Hampton at South Greene.
I think for South Greene, this is a little bit of a rebuilding year. They've had such a strong couple of classes come through the last 4 or 5 years, and most of those guys have graduated. They've got some talent, but it's a pretty young football team, whereas Hampton, they're much more experienced. Obviously, the #1 ranked team in the state in the Associated Press poll. I am going with the Bulldogs on the road.
I just think Hampton's got too much offensive firepower for South Greene, and I'll take Hampton in this one.
You look at the records, you say, wow, this is really a mismatch. South Greene is 2-4. They've played Knox Catholic, Daniel Boone, Chucky Doak. Meanwhile, Hampton, South Greene's going to be the best team they have played so far. They have not played a single team with a winning record yet. Now, that's not their fault. You can only play who's on the schedule. I think this will be the biggest test for Hampton so far, but I think they pass. Bulldogs get the win on the road. They end a 2-year losing streak to South Greene. Steve, next up is 5-0 Rye Cove at Lehigh. The Eagles have had an amazing season so far, but they have a tough test this week.
You know, Rye Cove really dipped into that coaching transfer portal and put together an amazing coaching staff. People forget Rye Cove had to cancel its last 4 games last year. It came into this season without a win since October of 2019, and here you are, 5-0. Rye Cove, however, toughest test of the season against Class 2A Lehigh. Lehigh is already 2-0 on the year against similar teams from Class 1A. They have 16 returning starters back. I'll take the Generals.
And really, there's no shame in that. Lehigh also one of the great surprises this season. Everybody talks about how good Rye Cove has been, but I don't think a lot of people saw Lehigh coming in Class 2 either. They've had a huge leaps and bounds over what that program has been over the last 2 years. I think it basically comes down to Class 1 school versus Class 2 school. I think it's going to be a good game, but I think in the end, size wins out, and I'm picking Lehigh.
I think Rye Cove will win a few more games before the season's over, but I don't think this Friday will be one of them. I will take the Generals as well. Finally, Heather, we got a huge game. Region 1 3A in Northeast Tennessee. 1 loss, Chucky Doak at undefeated Unicoi County.
Gosh, this is a hard one to pick, but since the game is at Unicoi County, I'm going to give the slight edge to the home team, although I think it's going to be a great game.
And Chucky Doak's 1 loss came to Knox Catholic, which is nothing to be ashamed about. I mean, frankly, they don't even have any business playing the Irish, but that's what's on the schedule. It's going to be one of those games where whichever defense can get 1 stop, force 1 punt, or force a turnover, much like many of the college games you watched this last weekend. It just takes 1 stop to make the difference in the game. That's the way this one is going to be. You know, Unicoi County's Nehemiah Edwards last week got a hold of some pie before the game, and apparently it was so good he overate. And it made him a little bit sick. And then he goes out and scores 7 touchdowns. I think he's going to find a few more helpings this week, and I'll take the Blue Devils at home as well.
Chucky Doak last week was on the road at South Greene. They blew out the Rebels in the second half of that game. That impressed me. I'm going to take Chucky Doak on the road to knock off Unicoi County. Well, Heather and Steve, thank you for joining me as always here on Prep Picks. And don't forget, you can get all your scores and highlights coming up on Friday Night Huddle.
It's Ram Power Days at Friendship Ram in Bristol. Right now, get 0% for 72 months on 1,500 Laramies with a huge selection, all with a lifetime warranty and a 7-day any reason exchange. Nobody beats Friendship Ram of Bristol. We're dealing.
What's your definition of fresh? At Food City, ours starts every morning as our certified butchers hand cut everything you see behind the counter fresh that day. Fresh also means our beef is ground in the store several times a day. Time-stamped with the hour it was ground. That's a fresh guarantee. The fact is, it just doesn't get any fresher than this. That's why we say, start fresh with Food City.
Citizens Bank is a locally owned and operated bank serving communities in East Tennessee. The bank was established in 1934 with 3 guiding principles at its foundation: assurance of safety to depositors, a high standard of service to customers, and a genuine desire to serve the community. These principles are the core factor in the success that has lasted over 85 years and grown Citizens Bank to the renowned financial institution it is today. To learn more about Citizens Bank, visit citizensbank24.com.
the undisputed heavyweight volume dealer from Knoxville to Roanoke, Friendship Jeep of Bristol, we're dealing. It's Jeep Adventure Days at Friendship Jeep in Bristol. Right now, get 0% for 72 months on select Gladiators, and come see the all-new 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xE. Nobody beats the #1 Jeep dealer in Tennessee at Friendship Jeep in Bristol. We're dealing.
A lot can happen on the Friday night during football season. That's where you come in. See an amazing performance or game-changing play? Go to WCYB.com/chime-in and click on your playbook. Upload video of your game, and you might just see it here on Friday Night Huddle.
Welcome to Greene County, a big game tonight. South Greene hosting Hampton on Friday Night Rivals. This game, the last couple of years, has been our best game on Friday Night Rivals. We're hoping to make it 3 for 3. Last couple of years, this game has literally come down to the final play of the game. We welcome you inside the broadcast booth. Casey Getz alongside Jarvis Heron this week. Jarvis, I've been looking forward to this game for a long time.
This is one of the more underrated rivalries I think we have in Northeast Tennessee. Hampton is showing why they're the #1 team in Class 2A. They're picking up right where they left off last year, going all the way to the state championship game. But do not sleep on South Greene. They've had a really tough schedule to open up the year at 2-4. I know on paper it looks like, Hampton should walk away with a win easily in this one, but this is a rivalry that's gone down to the wire. One-possession games decided the last 2 years.
Let's look at some key players first. We'll start with Hampton.
Well, Levi Lunsford, the offense revolves around him, and what an unbelievable year. He's had multiple 100-yard rushing performances last time out, I should say, is against Happy Valley. He ran for $161 and a touchdown. That was just in a half because he rested in the second half. He's going to get a lot of carries tonight.
And for South Greene, it's Connor Race, who better be off to the races tonight.
He better be if South Greene wants an opportunity to win this game, and he's more than capable of doing it. He leads the Rebels in rushing yards. He leads them in receiving yards. I expect him to be heavily involved on offense for South Greene, especially to try and take some pressure off of their quarterback. He can open up the rest of the offensive attack as well.
All right, it is senior day here at South Greene. Yes, it's September 30th, but their final regular season home game. Don't go anywhere. Coming up next, we got the Rebels. We got the Bulldogs right here on Friday Night Rivals.
Life can be a lot sometimes, but at Holston Medical Group, our primary care providers are here through it all, whether it be a routine checkup or something unexpected. Because at HMG, we're here for you through every stage of life with the best primary care and support. Whether it's you or the people you love most, choose a primary care provider you can rely on. Choose HMG, your health partner for life. Now accepting new patients.
Score big with an auto loan from Eastman Credit Union. From trucks to cars and SUVs, ECU is the winning choice for all your auto loan needs. So what makes ECU the best? You can get a great low rate, financing terms to fit your budget, no payments for 90 days, and an extraordinary dividend year-end bonus. And best of all, you can apply completely online right now. Just visit ecu.org/auto and step up your game today. Eastman Credit Union.
At Bank of Tennessee, it's our job to help you focus on the happy moments and check off the things on your to-do list to pull it all off, like finding the perfect soil mixture, the right pots, and a healthy inventory. So you can wonder what they'll think of the displays, and if your green thumb will leave its mark on the community. We're here along the way so you can pull off the happiest moments in life. Bank of Tennessee, in the business of happiness.
What's your definition of fresh? At Food City, ours starts every morning as our certified butchers hand cut everything you see behind the counter fresh that day. Fresh also means our beef is ground in the store several times a day, time-stamped with the hour it was ground. That's a fresh guarantee. The fact is, it just doesn't get any fresher than this. That's why we say, start fresh with Food City.
Toyota's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Holston Medical Group.
Welcome back. Look at the beautiful rainbow. The end of the rainbow is the pot of gold. That is Friday Night Rivals tonight here, Hampton, South Greene. That is on one end of the stadium. Then on the other end, the sun setting to the west here. Unfortunately, the rain moving east to west. We'll talk about that in a minute. But first, let's check out tonight's coin toss.
This evening's coin toss is sponsored by the Tennessee Army National Guard.
All right, Jarvis. Hampton, of course, the visitors, they won the toss tonight, and they said, we want the football. So what do you think about Hampton saying, give us the ball right away?
Well, I think it's them wanting to establish the tone. I think as the road team, their thinking is, let's get the ball first. Let's go down and put up 6, potentially 7 or 8, depending on if they convert on a touchdown, and really putting that pressure on South Greene.
All right, here's tonight's weather forecast. 55 degrees right now. It is raining, even though the sun is out. Wind 15 miles an hour. Jarvis, really quick here, our keys to the game.
Well, staying ahead of the chains, avoiding the 3rd and longs, no big plays for Hampton. For South Greene, taking care of the football, turnovers have been a problem, and then red zone defense is going to be key for them as well.
All right, thank you very much there, Jarvis. And the Bulldogs are going to start their opening drive just shy of the 30-yard line. Chance point returned the kickoff only a few yards back to the 29-yard line is where Hampton will start. The Bulldogs, you can see the rain right there. What a great shot that is right there. Even though the sun is out, this is the hardest it has rained so far since we've been here. We got here about 4:30. Did not rain till after 6:30, just light rain. Now this is the hardest it has rained so far in this grass field here at South Greene. Dylan Trivett, the quarterback for the Bulldogs. He's going to pitch it to Levi Lunsford, and he's going to get maybe a yard. Here's the Hampton offense again. Dylan Trivett, Levi Lunsford. Jarvis, we talked about him pregame. He's going to have a big game tonight.
He is going to have a big game tonight, but he's more than capable. He's had multiple 100-yard performances this year. I know him and Hampton have had a week off, so he has fresh legs. He's going to get a heavy dosage tonight for the Bulldogs.
All right, similar formation here. 3 backs in the backfield. It's going to be a traditional handoff to Lunsford. He's across the 40. Right at the 40. That'll be a first down. Here is the South Greene defense. Sean Jones, their head coach, said he has been pleased with how this unit has played all season long.
Yeah, they've done a really good job. The defense has not been the issue for South Greene. I mean, opening week against Daniel Boone, they held their own. It's more and more the offense that's been the issue, but they're going to need, this is no question, Lunsford is the best back they've faced all year, so definitely a tough challenge tonight for the Rebel D.
All right, 1st and 10 from the Hampton 40-yard line. 3 plays, 3 carries for Levi Lunsford. This time he's going to pick up 6 yards out to the 46.
Assignment football is going to be important tonight for South Greene, and staying disciplined against a guy like Lunsford, but the thing about Hampton over the years, and it's no different this year, they don't disguise at all what they're trying to do on offense. They're just going to run it at you some more, downhill running. And South Greene, they're going to have a tough challenge tonight.
You saw head coach Michael Lunsford. Might be the only head coach I know that does not wear a headset during a football game. Lunsford running over some defenders into South Greene territory. It's a Bank of Tennessee first down for Hampton. Again, Jarvis, 4 plays, all 4 have been Levi Lunsford runs.
You know what makes Lunsford so difficult to stop is that he's not a tall guy. He's only 5'9", so he sneaks up on those linebackers really quickly, and he gets on top of you quickly, but when he does, he's tough to bring down. 210 pounds is Lunsford.
There goes Lunsford again across the 40, close to the 35-yard line. I'll tell you what, after a bye week, Levi Lunsford well rested, and he better be, because 5 carries to start the game on the first 5 plays.
Yeah, he's more than prepared for this workload. Michael Lunsford talked about how really at the end of last season he emerged as the top threat in the backfield, and just taking that success he had last year and carrying it over into this season for Hampton. Big reason why they're off to a 5-0 start.
This time it's a pitch to Lunsford down to the 30-yard line, and boy, is Hampton making a statement on this drive. They're saying we're going to run Levi Lunsford until you can stop it, and so far the Rebels haven't been able to do so.
This is a formation we're going to see a lot tonight. They have multiple backs in the backfield, kind of a full house look, if you will, and it's a pitch on the outside. Lunsford able to get ahead of steam. Great push up front by Hampton to pick up a first down.
Yep, no wide receivers at all so far. Lunsford again off left tackle. He's going to be down. There is a penalty flag, though. The first flag of the game. The initial call was a block below the waist against South Greene.
Illegal block below the waist on the defensive team. Half the distance from the end of the run. The result of the play, first down.
All right, on the right side of your screen right there. There it is right on the end, going low on, I believe, is 53 there for Hampton. Sam Mayhew, the referee for tonight's game. That's going to be a 15-yard penalty. So now we are inside the Toyota red zone for the Hampton Bulldogs. The ball is inside the 15. It's marked at the 13-yard line here. Lunsford, another carry off the right side, inside the 10, down to about the 8-yard line.
That's a great block by Gene Carrico on that pitch, number 5. I want you to keep an eye on number 5 here, leading the way. Nice little block there that allows Lunsford to get a good gain on first down.
All right, the ball marked just inside the 9 here. 2nd and 5 for Hampton. It's been all Levi Lunsford. He's carried the ball every play on this drive, and they go back to him up the middle. Lunsford, ball's on the ground. The ball is on the ground. It looks like Hampton has the ball, and they do. So luckily the Bulldogs avoid disaster there by, it looks like, Levi Lunsford. That ball was definitely out, Jarvis.
I tell you what, this is a golden opportunity that South Greene missed out on. A great hit by Isaiah Ely to put helmet on the ball right there. This is one of the areas South Greene talked about. They know Hampton's going to run it a lot. They know that they're even going to possess the ball a lot and pick up yards on the ground, but it's keeping them out of the end zone.
1st and goal from the 1. Lunsford in for the touchdown. He did it all on this drive. A Toyota touchdown for Levi Lunsford. And Jarvis, what a statement Hampton just made there.
Well, you talked about what do you think about them getting the ball first. That's exactly why they wanted to get the ball first. It's all about setting the tone, taking some early momentum. Just a great push up front by the offensive line. Look at all those look at all those white jerseys in the end zone. That's just all about getting a great push off the line of scrimmage as soon as the ball is snapped, creating that running lane for Lunsford.
They will go for 2 here. Looks like they're going to stay with that same formation. It's going to be Lunsford on the handoff, and he is in for the 2-point conversion. 8-0. Hampton makes an opening drive statement. You are watching Toyota's Friday Night Rivals.
Time to get back out on the road again.
In a new electrified vehicle.
And Toyota's got more than anyone else.
Many of them built right here in the USA. Like this electrified Highlander hybrid that has a driving range over 600 miles and never has to stop to recharge.
It just happens automatically.
Saving you thousands versus the average new vehicle.
When you run the numbers, you can see why people love the Toyota Highlander.
And with every new Highlander, you get 2-year no-cost maintenance.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Oh, golly, I started loving cotton candy when I was just knee-high to a grasshopper. My daddy took me and my siblings to the county fair and bought each one of us our very own cotton candy. And it tasted just like this right here. Oh, it's a swirl of blue creamy goodness. Lottie me, I've always liked Pals, but now I love Pals. The new cotton candy shake from Pals is here, only for a limited time.
Pals, great food in a flash.
Cotton up, y'all.
Toyota's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Holston Medical Group.
Welcome back to South Greene High School. Hampton with an opening drive touchdown. It was the Levi Lunsford show. Ran the ball every play of that scoring drive for the Hampton Bulldogs. It was a 10-play drive, 71 yards, took just over 4 minutes off the clock, and Levi Lunsford had all 71 yards.
That's just right there. That drive sums up why Hampton is the #1 team in the state of Tennessee in Class 2A. Nothing fancy. They're going to run it right down your throat. Try to stop them.
Chance point with the kickoff here. It's going to be fielded at the 33 by the Rebels. A lot of dancing on the sidelines there. Not much running room. Thomas Tiesner with the return for South Greene. So now we will see this South Greene offense for the first time. Of course, Luke Myers, the longtime starting quarterback for South Green, gone to graduation. Nash Rader going to get the start tonight. He's a freshman. Coach Sean Jones telling me that he is a better runner than he is thrower. Nash Rader, again, a freshman out of the shotgun. Little pitch here on first down. The Hampton defense says not on this play. Here is the South Green offense here. Jarvis, again, Nash Rader, but you talked about Connor Ray's going to have a big game.
He's going to have a big game, but you know what? Some of the skill position players on the outside are going to have to help him out too, I think. Giving him some time to throw when they do throw, maybe getting that running game going a little bit so it takes some pressure off of him, and even the receivers on the outside catching some of those passes that really kind of settle him down early.
Has a loss of 3 on first down. Rader, a bit of a bobbled snap. He's going to run for it. Gets maybe back close to the original line of scrimmage. This Hampton defense, again, they're coming off a bye week. Like you see at the 2A level, Jarvis, a lot of guys playing both sides of the ball.
Yeah, a lot of both sides of the ball. Depth isn't not a luxury like it is at some of the bigger schools. So I think a bye week advantage Hampton for sure, no question about it in terms of the rest, but also an extra week to prepare for this South Green team.
All right, so Rader got back to the original line of scrimmage, going to set up a 3rd and 10 for the Rebels, and we got some movement. And Sam Mayhew is our referee this evening. This will be a false start against the Rebels. There's Sean Jones, head coach here at South Green. Really enjoy catching up with him. This is the 3rd consecutive season we broadcast this game, and as he made sure to point out to us, remind us, South Green has never lost on Friday Night Rivals. 3-0 so far. They won twice in 2020 and once last season. Handoff on 3rd and 15. The Hampton defense, though, Dominique Burleson there on the stop.
Yeah, it's a great job right there coming up from the linebacker position. It looked like that race was going to have a little bit of an opening here, but then that window just shut down almost immediately. Gene Carrico also in the mix as well there with the tackle.
All right, with that rain falling a little bit here, interesting to watch on the special teams, perhaps with the wet ball, how that will handle with the special teams. The kick is up and away on a running catch there by Jonathan Greenwell for Hampton. He's going to take that out to midfield. We're going to take a timeout. You're watching Friday Night Rivals. Hampton on top 8-0 here midway through the first quarter.
Shopping for your next car? With our online store, you can search inventory and get our pricing upfront. Select payment options, get a firm trade offer, and add service and protection plans. Complete your entire purchase from home in a matter of minutes. Then pick your car up at the dealership or have it delivered to you. It's that easy. Start shopping for your next car today.
Citizens Bank is a locally owned and operated bank serving communities in East Tennessee. The bank was established in 1934 with 3 guiding principles at its foundation: assurance of safety to depositors, a high standard of service to customers, and a genuine desire to serve the community. These principles are the core factor in the success that has lasted over 85 years and grown Citizens Bank to the renowned financial institution it is today. To learn more about Citizens Bank, visit citizensbank24.com.
Welcome back to South Green. A double rainbow forming here. It's already a pretty sight here without the rainbows at South Green. Just adding to it. We're back for Hampton's second possession. Going to go out of the shotgun here with 3 receivers. A completely different offensive look than they had on their first series. This could be a quarterback run by Dylan Trivett. So, Jarvis, what do you think about a totally different offensive set here on drive number 2 for Hampton?
Well, they like to come at you with a few different looks. They'll go under center with I formation. They'll go under center like we saw on the last drive and pack everybody in. When they split everybody out wide like that, that's one of the things they like to do with Trivett. Quarterback draws, but it's also some option plays too out of the backfield, and when they do air it out, it's out of this formation.
All right, going to be 4 receivers. Lunsford standing next to Trivett there. And that's going to be a false start. You just saw Levi Lunsford kind of leaning forward. He couldn't stop that momentum.
Yeah, he's losing his balance a little bit, getting a little bit ahead of himself.
False start. All right, so they'll back them up here. Also, you see there, Michael Lunsford, head coach at Hampton, led the Bulldogs to the state championship game last year. Of course, they lost to Westview, and their quarterback now at Alabama. I saw he actually got in a couple games already this year, so definitely glad that he's gone, and Westview definitely not going to be as strong as they were last year with their quarterback now playing for Nick Saban. First, he's 2nd and 9 now, and it's going to be the first pass attempt of the game, and it's going to be intercepted by the Rebels, and they got some room to run down the sideline. Steps out of bounds is Dion Blair. He steps out of bounds, but a big play for this South Greene defense. Dion Blair, that ball looked like it sailed a little bit on Dylan Trivet there. Here's the replay.
One of the things South Greene talked about, play and make the breaks, and when comes your way, take advantage of it. That's what Dion Blair did right there. That pass kind of airmailed a little bit by Trivet, kind of just lofting it. I don't know if that was a little bit of a miscommunication there with his receiver, but Dion Blair, right place, right time. Now this is where South Greene has to capitalize, taking advantage of a turnover, and they have great field position here on their second drive.
Going to start at the Hampton 22-yard line, race up the middle, across the 20, picks up 3 yards down to the 19.
You know, South Greene has been the one that struggled turning the football over, and Hampton's been the one that's done a good job of taking care of the football. So really important that South Greene comes out and tries to take advantage of this good field position and get some points on the board here more than halfway through the first quarter.
They are inside the Toyota red zone, are the Rebels. Saw Connor race to the sidelines for this second down play. And Nash Rader, freshman, starting at quarterback, and that's going to be a hit for a loss for Keyshawn Ingram. That Hampton defense responds on second down.
Austin Bentley, 53, blew up this play in the backfield. I want you to watch him. He does an outstanding job. Look at him, lined up over the center. Big initial hit right there in the backfield. He's an anchor on this defense, a 3-year starter, 6 foot, 200 pounds. He is an absolute load to handle if you're an offensive lineman. Great job right there by Bentley with that penetration, just completely blowing up that play and forcing a 3rd and long.
3rd and 14. They need to get down to the 12-yard line for a first down. It's going to be a play action. Hampton not going for it. That ball is going to be overthrown a little bit. Looking for Noah Robinson, and Hampton's defense on a short field. They come up with 3 plays, actually lost 4 yards for South Greene.
Well, they got some pressure right there off the right side. 2 guys just unblocked, and it's difficult trying to get them to bite off that play action and get Nash Rader rolling out of the pocket, kind of using his agility to his advantage, but Hampton was all over it.
It's a great camera shot right there. You see the sun setting to the west here, and South Greene's going to have to go for this one here, 4th and 14. Too far for a field goal, too close to punt. Again, they need to get down to the 12-yard line for a first down. Hampton's bringing some pressure. Rader's going to decide to run here. He's got to get to the 12. The ball's loose, and it's 4th down, so it doesn't really matter, but Nash Rader comes up really short of the first down line to gain, and Hampton's defense with a big stop after the turnover by the offense. They respond to get the ball back.
And you know who that was applying the pressure off the edge? Levi Lunsford, number 9. Look at him chasing down the Nash Rader right there, and not really much room to throw, and then he tries to take off and run. Ball comes out, but like you said, it doesn't matter. Turnover on down. So the Hampton defense, a good job there picking up the offense off the turnover. See what the Bulldogs can do with their 3rd possession of the game.
All right, this drive's going to start at their own 21-yard line. 8-0 Hampton. Just under 3 minutes left. They're back to the power formation. The Levi Lunsford gets close to the 30-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 30 for a gain of 9. And it probably makes sense to go back to what they did on that first drive there, because South Greene unable to stop it.
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just a huge hole in between left guard and center. Lunsford hits it, which he does a lot. Gets up to the second level with ease, and with a nice gain there on first down, setting up a 2nd and short at the 30.
Yeah, Lunsford on the sidelines for this second down play. Jonathan Greenwell is the tailback, and he will get the carry. That's going to be a first down across the 31. Bank of Tennessee first down for the Hampton Bulldogs. They're on top 8-0 as we're approaching the 2-minute mark in quarter number 1.
Yeah, just hitting that hole there. Good push up front by the offensive line. Just needing one. Able to get a few yards there and pick up that first down there if you're Hampton.
Bulldogs, #1 team in the state in Class 2A. They're 5-0 coming off their bye week. This is their 3rd road game of the season. Going to hand off to Greenwell, and he's breaking a couple tackles out to the 45. That'll be another first down for Jonathan Greenwell.
Good push up here up front once again by Hampton. Johnny Greenwell, 6 foot, 190. They'll put him in the backfield. They'll split him out wide. Only 11 seniors on this Hampton roster, but not all of them necessarily got a ton of playing time last year. So a lot of them stepping up and doing their part this year.
Full house backfield. Once again, it's Lunsford. He's going to pick up 8 yards as they're across midfield into South Greene territory. You see Coach Lunsford signals into play, and his quarterback, Dylan Trippett, will go back in. Nothing fancy about what the Bulldogs are doing on offense in this first quarter. It's a run right at you offense, and Levi Lunsford has been the main man so far. He's got to be getting close to 100 yards rushing here in the first quarter. Up the middle will be Lunsford. He's going to have that first down again as we're inside a minute to go, Jarvis.
One of the things I thought was so interesting hearing Michael Lunsford talk about Levi Lunsford is he's like, look, this guy, he's not a natural athlete, meaning he's had to work hard for everything that he's gotten. And he talked about how almost he's harder on him than anybody else on the team, but that's just because he has so much faith and confidence in his abilities, and it's really interesting to see him have the breakout years he's had this year.
Greenwell gets the carry. Lunsford blocking for him this time. There are some flags out. I wonder if there's going to be perhaps a low block against Hampton this time.
I think it's going to go against Lunsford, too.
Thank you guys so much.
The flag came in. Oh, how about that? The flag came in from the referee, and it looked like it was in Lunsford's direction, so I assumed it was on him. But I was mistaken. Second time on South Greene tonight.
So it'll be a 15-yard penalty there against South Greene. Jonathan Greenwell with the big gain there on first down. 17 seconds remaining in the first quarter. That will put the ball inside the Toyota red zone for the Hampton Bulldogs, well inside the Toyota red zone, as they will now be at the 14-yard line. Game clock is running here, so they want to get a play off here. They got about 10 seconds to do so here. Lunsford, the deep back. They're going to give it to the short back. Who was Lunsford?
That was Lunsford, yeah.
That'll be the final play of the first quarter. All Bulldogs so far, they're up 8-0. We'll be back for quarter number 2 here on Toyota's Friday Night Rivals.
Life can be a lot sometimes, but at Holston Medical Group, our primary care providers are here through it all, whether it be a routine checkup or something unexpected. Because at HMG, we're here for you through every stage of life with the best primary care and support. Whether it's you or the people you love most, choose a primary care provider you can rely on. Choose HMG, your health partner for life. Now accepting new patients.
The undisputed heavyweight volume dealer from Knoxville to Roanoke, Friendship Jeep of Bristol, we're dealing. It's Jeep Adventure Days at Friendship Jeep in Bristol. Right now, get 0% for 72 months on select Gladiators, and come see the all-new 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xE. Nobody beats the #1 Jeep dealer in Tennessee at Friendship Jeep in Bristol. We're dealing.
The excitement is back on Rocky Top, and no one takes you inside the orange like the locker room, connected by Iris Networks. Join me, Mark Packer, along with Austin Price of VolQuest.com and former Tennessee wide receiver Jason Swain, as we give you the scoop on the Vols.
Each and every week, you have to play your best football.
And speaking of the Vols, we'll have a current player in studio each and every week. Make sure you join us every Sunday night for the locker room, connected by Iris Networks.
At Bank of Tennessee, it's our job to help you focus on the happy moments and check off the things on your to-do list to make them happen. The food, the setup, and if you bought enough flowers. so you can worry about what they're going to think. What in the world are they going to think? What your mom will say. And if you remember the dance you practiced a million times. We're here along the way so you can pull off the happiest moments in life. Bank of Tennessee, in the business of happiness.
Toyota's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Holston Medical Group.
Welcome back to South Greene High School. Casey Getz alongside Jarvis Heron getting ready for the start of the second quarter here at South Greene. We are having a bit of an issue here with the scoreboard. The bottom numbers are good, the down and distance, where the ball is, but the score and the clock, unfortunately, is out right now. They are in the process of hoping to get that. You see someone climbing up the ladder there to get that fixed, so we're going to be in a holding pattern for the moment. And Jarvis, while we have a second, let's talk about the Blue Cross Bowl coming up. Of course, the state championship games in the state of Tennessee, December 1st, 2nd, and 3rd in Chattanooga. You can watch all 9 games on the Tri-City CW. Last year, Hampton played in that 2A game at 3 o'clock. We were down there for that game last year, and also Elizabethton, of course, played last year too.
Yeah, it's going to be here before we know it. It's unbelievable that the season is more than halfway complete, and if you're Hampton, you got to like the way they're playing. I think a lot of people thought maybe they would have dropped off from last year, given that they lost Connor Jones and some other key pieces, but they just picked up right where they left off. And based on how the season has gone so far and the way they're playing, there's a strong possibility they'll be back there again December the 3rd.
You know, Michael Lunsford said that after getting there, the kids now believe it's possible because they've seen it. He said, I think the coaches believe the players could do it, but he wasn't sure how much the players actually believe they could get to the state championship game because they hadn't done it. But now that they have, he sees a different belief among the team. That we're going to get back to action here while they continue working on the scoreboard. So, again, we will do our best to keep you situated on the time that is left here. But, again, it is now going to be second down for Hampton. Greenwell is the back. He's going to get the pitch inside the 5-yard line. Goes Jonathan Greenwell. That sets up a 1st and goal for the Bulldogs. So there is quarterback for Hampton, Dylan Trivet. In the first quarter, Jarvis, I think we had some numbers, first quarter stats. I believe it was 121 yards rushing for Hampton in the first quarter.
Yeah, 18 rushes, 121 yards, averaging a little more than 6 yards a carry.
All right, Levi Lunsford gets down to about the 1.5–2 yard line, so he picks up a short gain on 1st and goal. That'll set up 2nd and goal for the Bulldogs. That's a good job by the Rebel defense, one of their better run stops so far in this game. Sean Jones, you know, 2 years ago, Hampton was up in this game. South Greene came back. Last year, South Greene got up. Hampton came back. So even if Hampton punches is in here, this game far from over. 2nd and goal. I formation. Actually, full house backfield there. Lunsford, the back, he is in for the touchdown. Levi Lunsford, his 2nd touchdown of the game so far, makes it 14-0.
This rushing attack by Hampton, it's just relentless. They come at you, and at you some more. And here's Lunsford on the carry, just great push up front. Lunsford, that big body of his, just pushing his lineman forward, getting into the end zone. Great start by Hampton, really just minus that early turnover where they went out of shotgun and threw a rare pass coming out, putting up 6, and they're looking to add on 2 more.
All right, full house backfield once again. It's going to be a pass this time. Greenwell, there's 2 guys open, and Carrico is going to say, give me that one. Gino Carrico with the 2-point conversion. Hampton on top, 16-0. You're watching Friday Night Rivals.
It's Ford Truck Month at Friendship Ford in Bristol. Don't pay over MSRP. Order your new F-150 from Friendship and get a free $500 gas card and $500 toward accessories. Nobody beats Friendship Ford of Bristol. We're dealing.
Oh, golly, I started loving cotton candy when I was just knee-high to a grasshopper. My daddy took me and my siblings to the county fair and bought each one of us our very own cotton candy. It tasted just like this right here. Oh, it's a swirl of blue creamy goodness. Lottie me, I've always liked Pals, but now I love Pals. The new cotton candy shake from Pals is here, only for a limited time.
Pals, great food in a flash.
Cotton up, y'all.
With Friendship Fast Pass, you can search inventory online, get pricing up front, select payment options, and get a firm trade offer. You can complete the entire purchase from home and then pick up the car at our dealership, or we'll deliver it to you. It's that easy with Friendship Fast Pass.
Welcome back to South Greene, the Hampton Band making the trip here to Greenville, Tennessee. And you might be able to hear Rocky Top being played right now over the loudspeakers here at South Greene. And sun setting, Jarvis. Beautiful sight here. Looks like the rain has let up a little bit here from what it was doing right around kickoff.
Yeah, it's a little bit kind of like a mist right now, but nothing severe. Fingers crossed that it stays that way tonight.
Now, the good news is the scoreboard is back up and operational. Now they just need to figure out what time they want to put on the clock, what's remaining.
I'm sure South Greene wishes that they could just erase that 16 next to the away portion on the scoreboard. But look, in all seriousness, this is an important drive for South Greene here. They're in a little bit of a hole. They barely had the ball. So it's important for them just to pick up a couple of first downs, even just to give that defense a break of theirs, because they have played a lot of plays here early in the first quarter and then early in the second quarter.
11-18.
All right, 11-18 will be on the clock for second quarter. Just played 42 seconds in quarter number 2. Hampton on top of South Greene, 16-0. Bulldogs getting ready to kick this one off. It's been the Levi Lunsford show so far. He has 2 touchdowns for the Hampton Bulldogs. Going to be a squib kick. That ball is loose and the Rebels fall on it. Well-positioned squib kick right there by Chance Point.
South Greene averting a disaster right there. That's kind of one of the mistakes Sean Jones was talking about, that his team cannot afford to make, where they really just shot themselves in the foot. They turned it over 5 times a couple of weeks ago against West Greene. Last week against Chucky Doak, they were driving through an interception down near the goal line that was run back 100 yards for a touchdown. Important drive right here for the Rebels, down by 2 possessions.
Nash Rader in the shotgun. He's going to hand this one off. A little bit of running room for the Rebels on first down.
That's a good drive starter, though. Picks up 5 on first down. You have the whole playbook at your disposal here on second down. I like how they had a little action going to the left and then just go with that inside handoff. Nice play design right there by South Greene.
Levi Treadway with that carry on first down for the South Greene offense. The Rebels have taken every snap so far out of the shotgun. Nash Rader again going to hand this one off. Not much running room. Jarvis, we've called his name a few times. Austin Bentley leading the Hampton defense.
Look, I mean, he has the Dikembe Mutombo finger wag going, and why not? Because he is such a difficult body to move in the run game. It's one of the reasons why it's so difficult to run on Hampton, is when you have the big boy Austin Bentley up there. He just clogs so many holes, allows those linebackers to get through and make some plays if he's not making the plays.
The 3rd and 5 for South Greene. We're played 2 minutes here in quarter number 2. You have 2 receivers. It's going to be Rader keeping this one up. Yes, here, Jarvis.
I mean, that's just an unbelievable play. Just to penetrate right there in the backfield. It's kind of an RPO action, and Rader he pulls it out of the belly of his back, tries to take off and run, but Bentley just sniffing it out, and what an unbelievable play for the tackle for loss.
Austin Bentley, back-to-back big plays for that Hampton defense, going to force South Greene to line up in punt formation. Punt is away. Greenwell is going to let this one bounce, and that probably was a mistake because it's still rolling inside the 10. We're going to take a timeout. You're watching Toyota's Friday Night Rivals. Hampton on top 16-0.
This new Toyota Tundra is amazing. It's rugged and capable.
Designed, engineered, and built right here in the USA.
And Tundra is more powerful and more fuel efficient.
The iForce Max hybrid powertrain delivers 437 horsepower.
And with the multi-terrain select, no matter what the conditions are, it automatically adjusts the engine throttle and traction.
While the crawl control modulates the throttle and brakes.
When we say you can go anywhere and do anything,
Tundra really means it.
Yeah.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Life can be a lot sometimes, but at Holston Medical Group, our primary care providers are here through it all, whether it be a routine checkup or something unexpected. Because at HMG, we're here for you through every stage of life with the best primary care and support, whether it's you or the people you love most. Choose a primary care provider you can rely on. Choose HMG, your health partner for life. Now accepting new patients.
Welcome back to South Greene. Coming up at the half, it'll be the Friendship Ford halftime report. We'll have band performances, the HMG's Heart of the Town segment, hear from the Tennessee Army National Guard, and more, all coming up on the Friendship Ford halftime report. Once again, Levi Lunsford going to get the carry to start this drive for Hampton. That has been the story of this game, Jarvis, so far. Levi Lunsford early and often.
I think South Greene's going to have to make some sort of adjustment of some kind, because Lunsford, he's getting to the second level and he's not even getting touched. Great job right there by the left side of the line, just opening up a huge hole for Lunsford to pick up that first down on first down.
All right, here we go. Another back and get a carry here for Hampton. That was Brody Hicks, the 5'10 senior, getting his first carry of the game.
Yeah, there's a couple of different guys that Hampton likes to use to kind of mix things up. They have the big boy Lunsford. We've seen Johnny Greenwell get some carries. This is Brody Hicks, and he had a touchdown last game against Happy Valley. Just one of the many different weapons that can get it done for the Bulldogs.
We've only seen Dylan Trivet attempt one pass. It was intercepted. Other than the two-point conversion, he did complete that one. There's going to be a fumble there. The ball was fumbled. It is still loose.
Ball is loose.
That's the second time Hampton has put the ball on the ground. They recovered the first one, and it looks like they have recovered this one as well. And you see Jonathan Greenwell comes out with the football, and disaster averted there, Jarvis, for Hampton.
It's the second time, though, that South Greene has had an opportunity with the ball on the ground, and they just haven't been able to fall on it. It's always those little things that can kind of change the game. Heads-up play by Hampton, but I know if I'm Sean Jones on that South Greene sideline, you're kind of just kicking yourself wondering what if with those two balls on the ground with an opportunity to fall on it and create some additional turnovers.
Second down, power set. It's going to be Lunsford. Greenwell. Look at his pile, pushing those legs. Jonathan Greenwell getting some help from his offensive lineman. Can you hold on to the ball? It's going to take a couple of minutes to unfold this pile here of massive humanity. Look at Greenwell.
Just keeping those legs moving. There's 5, 6, 7, 8 guys trying to bring him down. Nobody's able to do it. That's just heart right there. Nice job there by Johnny Greenwell.
They get a well-deserved break after that one. So again, full house backfield. Carrico, Bentley, the lead blockers for Lunsford. South Greene, good job on that first down play.
You know, one of the things that we've seen, Brody Hicks getting a carry, Greenwell getting a carry. One of the things with Hampton is that Michael Lunsford, when I talked to him in the preseason, he said, we have a little bit more speed this year, not as much size, and they've kind of abused that to their advantage, mixing in, we've seen it tonight with Greenwell and Hicks, and then when they want to just pound you downhill, that's when they give it to Lunsford.
Gene Carrico, Austin Bentley. Again, the first two backs in this full house set.
Sideline warning on the South Greene sideline.
Sideline warning against the Rebels.
The sideline warning against South Greene. Not a penalty, but if it happens again, it would be a penalty. Second and 8 for Hampton. We're approaching the halfway point of quarter number 2. It's going to be a toss to Lunsford. And not much going for him on second down either.
I'm watching the South Greene front right there on that play, and they did a nice job, or a better job, I should say, of getting that push up front. And that's what they're going to have to do if they want to try and slow down this running game. Hampton has done just such a good job of just moving them off the ball 2, 3, 4 yards and creating that running room. South Greene is going to have to win up front if they want to slow down this Hampton run game.
Well, they won on first and second down, putting Hampton in a 3rd and 8. The first time all game they've had a third down this long, and they're going to run it to Greenwell, and he's going to be short of the first down marker, but not by much. He needed 8. Looks like he got about 6.5. It's going to be 4th and maybe a short 2, we'll say. Looks like they got to get out to the 41. Ball's at the 39. It looks like no hesitation that the Bulldogs are going to go for it here as Levi Lunsford will check back in. So 4th and 2, you certainly would expect Lunsford to get this carry. Five minutes remaining in the second quarter. Big play here, 4th and 2. It is the Lunsford, and he has the first down by a couple yards.
It's a great push up front. That was 65 leading the way for Hampton. It looked like Greg Tolley. Nice job right there, just creating that hole for Lunsford, able to pick up that first down and, more importantly, extend this drive with less than 5 minutes to go in the first half.
What confidence that Michael Lunsford must have in his offense. 4th and 2 in your own territory. Up by 16. Didn't hesitate at all to go for it. This time we're going to have a handoff to Lunsford. After first contact, he picks up about 4 more yards.
He looked like he ran into his own blocker, but he's just such a gifted back that he's able to bounce off of him and just keep those legs moving of his and get the ball to midfield.
Ball is resting. Nose of the football is on the 50-yard line. 2nd and 5 for Hampton. Greenwell, the deep back, he's going to take the pitch. He's going to pick up about maybe 2 yards, we'll say.
That was a nice job right there by South Greene on that pitch, kind of sniffing that one out there for limited yardage and limiting Greenwell's ability to turn that into a big gain. Look at this pitch to the outside. Okay, and then that initial hit right there. That's a great job by South Greene slowing that play down.
The 3rd and 3.
Kind of spreading it out here. I'd watch for the quarterback draw here with Trivet.
All right, 4 receivers. It is Tony Romo on the call. Nostradamus, Jarvis, good job there. First down pickup.
Well, that's one of the things when they spread it out like that, Casey. You spread the defense out, it just opens up that running room up the middle. There's not as many backers there to try and slow down that run game, and it's all this is just a different look. Trivet able to pick up a first down using his legs.
They'll stick with the shotgun, 4 receivers set. Lunsford the back. Maybe a little option for the first time. Lunsford will take the pitch. He's down inside the 35-yard line, and he's not going to shy away from contact. He was running right through that defender.
One of the things with Hampton, they run the football, but they just give you so many different looks that you have to prepare for, whether it's under center, bringing everybody in, the quarterback draw, the tosses, the counters. That time it's the option. There's just so many different things you have to game plan for, and that's what makes them so difficult to stop.
As a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2, 2:20 remaining in the second quarter. They go for the pitch again. Good job there by Trivet, waiting to the last second. Lunsford just gets tripped up, or he might have taken that one a little further.
Well, that was a nice job there. You see Trivet, the quarterback draw earlier in the drive. It's why that play right there was able to work. They know they have to account for him on the rush. Look at all the bodies that are coming at Trivet. Then it opens up the pitch to Lunsford, and then just look at all of that running room he has. Also some great downfield blocking, specifically Johnny Greenwell, number 1.
All right, Jonah Bowling was kind of shaken up for Hampton. He's going to have to come out for at least a play here. Bowling, the 5'11 junior. Hampton's going to call a timeout here with 2:12. We'll take a break as well. All Bulldogs so far up 16-0.
Toyota and your local Toyota dealer are combining resources to support our area high schools. We stand together as community partners for our high school athletes and their families to help schools and students get the most out of their high school years. Toyota is proud to join News 5 WCYB, Fox 39 WEMT, and Tri-Cities CW to provide each host team with a charitable donation to their school. Proudly presented by Toyota and your local Toyota dealer. Tonight's donation goes to the South Greene Rebels.
Welcome back to South Greene. Thank you to the Rebels here. Lori Wilhoit, the principal, and everyone here in South Greene for their hospitality today. Again, it's the second time we've done a game down here. We were here in 2020. Glad to be back. Levi Lunsford so far, Jarvis, 22 carries in the first half for 136 yards. On this pace, he would be on pace for roughly around maybe 40 to 44 carries in this game.
But it's a load that he's more than capable of handling. When he's a guy of his stature, 210 pounds, he can take the blows.
All right, nobody lined up in the backfield, so Trivett's going to throw the ball out left. He has his receiver. That's Greenwell, kind of bobbles it, and then dragging a defender. So Greenwell did a good job concentrating there because he kind of bobbled it for a second, but he makes the catch.
Yeah, nice job there. They get Trivet rolling out. He's athletic, so get him to his throwing side. He gets it out to Greenwell. This is just kind of keeping the defense honest, going, hey, we can run it, but we're going to throw it just so you know that it's there. Nice job there by Hampton. Good throw by Trivet. Good catch, Greenwell.
Bulldogs inside the Toyota red zone here. This time it's going to be Trivet on the quarterback run all the way. Not much there for Dylan Trivet.
Trivet on the carry.
We have a timeout by Hampton. That's the second timeout of this first half by the Bulldogs. They have one remaining, and we'll take a break as well. We'll be right back.
Does your company need to hire more than 10 new employees and you can't find qualified candidates? Are staffing needs keeping you from meeting the demand for your products or services? Human Resource Directors, let us fill your open positions. Our solutions can be tailored to all industries and businesses, small and large, manufacturing, healthcare, warehousing, transportation, construction, and more. Combining the power of television with targeted digital solutions, WCYB will speak directly to the candidates you need, wherever you need them. We'll showcase why you are an employer of choice. We send qualified candidates directly to your application portal from the Tri-Cities or nationwide, or for any other locations you may have throughout the country. Call WCYB today, or use the on-screen QR code to connect directly with us. We're ready to relieve your staffing needs today.
Welcome back to South Greene High School. 13 plays so far on this drive for the Hampton Bulldogs. 1:32 remaining in the second quarter. 2nd and 8 for Hampton from the 14-yard line. Greenwell, Lunsford, both in the backfield. It's going to be a toss to Greenwell inside the 10, inside the 5. That'll be 1st and goal for the Bulldogs.
This is the part of the field where South Greene really needs to bear down. Sean Jones talked about he knew that Hampton, look, he knows they're going to come at you with the run, and they're going to win the time of possession, which they've done those two things in this first half. But he says we need to keep them out of the end zone. I'm not so much concerned about the time of possession, but if we can prevent them from putting points on the board, we'll take that. Important series right here to close the half.
Here we go. Lunsford up the middle. He's going to be short of the end zone, which probably is not a bad thing for Hampton. Let that clock wind down a little bit more here. 2nd and goal for Sean Jones. They do have all 3 timeouts, but gonna let that clock run here. 2nd and goal from the 1. Hampton trying to punch this in here right before halftime. Bulldogs should not be in much of a hurry here. 2nd and goal. It's going to be Lunsford again up the middle, and he is in for the hat trick. His 3rd touchdown of the half makes it 22-0.
Just an unbelievable job by the offensive line opening up those holes for Lunsford, and they're making it look easy. I want people to realize that this is a South Greene defense that only gave up 11 yards in the first half last week to Chucky Doak. Hampton, a great job running the football here in the first half, really controlling this game.
Once again, Bulldogs will go for 2. They have the full house backfield with Carrico and Bentley. And Tribbett's going to keep it this time, but he is not going to make it in. So South Greene's defense stops the 2-point conversion. That makes it 22-0. That will stay Hampton on top. 34 seconds left in the first half, and that's one of the few plays on offense that hasn't worked so far for Hampton. Coming up in the second half, we will have our Toyota drive of the game, and it's a good bet that Levi Lunsford will be involved with the drive of the game. In fact, this past drive for Hampton was 16 plays, 90 yards, took 8 minutes, 29 seconds off the clock. We are flying through this first half here at South Greene High School.
One of the things that's fun about watching Hampton is that the modern game of football, I was going to say NFL, but you're seeing in the college, it's all about these spread offenses and kind of slinging it around. Hampton just keeps it old school. They're going to run the football. They're going to run it some more. They're going to mix up their looks. And that's how they've had a lot of success the last few years up there in Carter County.
This is the final region game of the year for South Greene. For South Greene, Hampton, Happy Valley, Cumberland Gap. They're only in a 14 region, so you only have 3 region games in Region 1 2A. This is the final one for South Greene. They came in 2-0. Hampton 1-0. They still have to play Cumberland Gap. This kickoff, nice return by South Greene out to the 40-yard line.
Catch the biggest plays and the final scores on Friday Night Huddle with News 5 Sports' Heather Williams every Friday night during Fox 39 News at 10. Friday Night Huddle is sponsored by Ingalls, Hardee's, and Champion Chevrolet.
All right, South Greene going to start this drive at their own 41-yard line. They got all 3 timeouts, 27 seconds left here, Jarvis. So they have some time. They have some timeouts. We'll see if Nash Rader can make something happen. They're going to keep it on the ground to Connor Race, and he's going to pick up maybe a yard.
Not a lot of running room in the first half for South Greene's leading rusher, Connor Race, but it also doesn't help that they haven't stayed ahead of the chains. They've had a lot of 2nd and longs, a lot of 3rd and longs, and hopefully he's okay. As you can see, he goes limping off the field right there.
And they're going to let this first half clock expire. Hampton's going to take a 22-0 lead.
At the half, it's 22 Hampton.
Into the locker room. It has been all Bulldogs so far. We're going to talk with Michael Lunsford here before we start our halftime show. Again, 22-0 Hampton on top. They had the ball 4 possessions in the first half. They scored on 3 of those 4 possessions. Levi Lunsford has been the star in the backfield. Of course, his linemen doing a great job as well, opening up some holes. All right, we are joined now by Michael Lunsford, head coach of Hampton. Coach, what kind of statement did you make on that first drive with Levi running it every play for a touchdown?
Well, we just put the ball in his hands. We feel like he's one of our best players, and we just felt like we needed to put the ball in our best player's hands in a game of this magnitude. And, he is carrying the rock and doing a lot of good things with it, so we didn't want to get out of it once we had some success at it.
How critical was it to score on that opening drive and really kind of just snatch the early momentum, and you kept the momentum?
Well, it's a 4-quarter game, and, these guys, we've been up on them, and they've come back on us a time or 2 before, so we've got to play 4 good, hard quarters. And, we can't have a letdown right in the second half. We've got to keep playing hard and keep doing things the right way.
Coach, thank you for your time, and best of luck in the second half.
Thank you, guys.
All right, that was Michael Lunsford, head coach of the Hampton Bulldogs. They are on top 22-0 at halftime. Coming up next, we have the Friendship Ford halftime report.
At Bank of Tennessee, it's our job to help you focus on the happy moments and check off the things on your to-do list to pull it all off, like finding the perfect soil mixture, the right pots, and a healthy inventory. So you can wonder what they'll think of the displays, and if your green thumb will leave its mark on the community. We're here along the way, so you can pull off the happiest moments in life. Bank of Tennessee, in the business of happiness.
Life can be a lot sometimes, but at Holston Medical Group, our primary care providers are here through it all, whether it be a routine checkup or something unexpected. Because at HMG, we're here for you through every stage of life with the best primary care and support. Whether it's you or the people you love most, choose a primary care provider you can rely on. Choose HMG, your health partner for life. Now accepting new patients.
Shopping for your next car? With our online store, you can search inventory and get our pricing upfront. Select payment options, get a firm trade offer, and add service and protection plans. Complete your entire purchase from home in a matter of minutes. Then pick your car up at the dealership or have it delivered to you. It's that easy. Start shopping for your next car today.
Winter is coming, so don't wait to get your home ready for the cold with propane from Marsh Propane. Family owned and operated, Marsh Propane has been serving the region since 1966. Whether you're building a new home, switching over to gas heat, or just want to change your provider, Marsh Propane makes it fast and easy. Heating your home and water, cooking, or relaxing with your family, you'll never be let down by the dependability of gas. Fight the chill year-round with Marsh Propane. Service, safety, dependability.
Welcome to the Friendship Ford Halftime Report. Friendship Ford is the regional Ford headquarters with the largest selection of F-Series trucks from Knoxville to Roanoke.
Welcome back. It's all Hampton so far, 22-0 at halftime. Just a minute ago here, South Greene honoring Luke Myers, who just graduated last year. They retired his jersey. Again, they're not retiring the number, but they're retiring the jersey of Luke Myers. What a great player for South Greene. One of the best to ever play for the Rebels. Certainly is missed. He's a Carson Newman right now, so congratulations to Luke Myers, and well done for South Greene, recognized as one of the best to ever wear a Rebel. And we got the dance team for South Greene out right now, so we'll let you listen to them real quick here. It is time now for our HMG Heart of the Town segment. Here is Andrew McClung.
Holston Medical Group's Heart of the Town.
Welcome into this week's Holston Medical Group Heart of the Town. We're at Ma Pa's Restaurant in Greene County, and I'm joined alongside Jennifer and Matt, managers here at the restaurant. So, guys, just kind of tell me about the history of this restaurant and when it came to be.
The owner, she's owned it for 11 years, and it's just locally home cooking.
So was it under original management, or were they the ones that originally opened it 11 years ago?
No, they just took it over and carried the name when she took it over.
So how long has it been in the community for?
The building's been in the community for a long time. It was an auction house. At one point it was a bar, and then there was a fire, and then it was a restaurant, I think in the late 90s, until when April bought it 11 years ago.
So just kind of tell me, I know y'all said this is home style food. Tell me about the good food y'all serve here.
Fish, we got fish, hamburger steaks, cheeseburgers, fresh collard greens, a lot of vegetables.
Well, talk about Friday nights here. Y'all are just down the road, probably less than a mile away from South Greene High School. What are Friday nights like right before a Rebels football game when they're playing at home?
Definitely packed, definitely.
And the wait times on to-goes can range from 45 minutes to an hour and a half, just depending on how many phone calls we're getting.
And that's not just, y'all aren't being slow or anything, that's just because y'all are that busy on Fridays.
That busy.
And I know y'all said not only is it high school football on Fridays, but y'all have y'all's fish special on Fridays as well, too.
Yeah, everybody comes out for the fish. Everybody.
Well, come check out Ma and Pa's. They're here right in Greene County, located right down the road from South Greene High School. And they've got some pretty good food. Y'all have heard chicken and dumplings, your hamburger, steak, spaghetti. Come check it out here at Mom Pa's. Reporting for this week's Holston Medical Group, Heart of the Town, I'm Andrew McClung.
All right, thank you, Andrew. And this time you actually listened, brought some food back, and gave everybody a piece of case. So thank you very much, Andrew. Hampton on top 22-0. We'll be back on the Friendship Ford Halftime Report.
All trophies and plaques for WCYB's Friday Night Rivals are provided by Eddie's Trophies and Gift Shop in Bristol. Eddie's Trophies also offers medals, plaques, acrylics, glass, and crystal pieces for your business, school, or sports team. That's Eddie's Trophy and Gift Shop online at eddiestrophies.com.
Score big with an auto loan from Eastman Credit Union. From trucks to cars and SUVs, ECU is the winning choice for all your auto loan needs. So what makes ECU the best? You can get a great low rate, financing terms to fit your budget, no payments for 90 days, and an extraordinary dividend year-end bonus. And best of all, you can apply completely online right now. Just visit ecu.org/auto and step up your game today. Eastman Credit Union.
Life can be a lot sometimes, but at Holston Medical Group, our primary care providers are here through it all, whether it be a routine checkup or something unexpected. Because at HMG, we're here for you through every stage of life with the best primary care and support. Whether it's you or the people you love most, choose a primary care provider you can rely on. Choose HMG, your health partner for life. Now accepting new patients.
It's Ram Power Days at Friendship Ram in Bristol. Right now, get 0% for 72 months on 1,500 Laramies with a huge selection, all with a lifetime warranty and a 7-day any reason exchange. Nobody beats Friendship Ram of Bristol. We're dealing.
Getting that perfect slice is satisfying, fulfilling, and rewarding too. But we don't do it for fun. We do it for fresh. Slice to order makes a sub above.
Saturday is a Storm Track 5 weather alert day as Ian brings wind and rain to our region. Download our Storm Track 5 weather app to stay informed wherever you are. Trust us for real-time information on News 5, WCYB.com, and our Storm Track 5 weather app.
You're watching the Friendship Ford Halftime Report. Friendship Ford is the regional Ford headquarters with the largest selection of F-Series trucks from Knoxville to Roanoke.
The rain is picked up here at South Greene, coming down really good here at halftime. It's 22-0. Right now, the Hampton Band is performing. We'll take a listen. All right, it's time now to hear a message from our friends at the Tennessee Army National Guard.
The Tennessee Army National Guard.
During this 2022 high school football season, we are pleased to have the Tennessee Army National Guard as our coin toss sponsors, and we've been trying to give some education out to the folks who are watching about what the National Guard does. You know, we're at a football game. The coaches prepare those kids to get out onto the field to do that. The Tennessee Army National Guard has their own preparation that they do as far as the training. And tell us more about that and how long that lasts.
Yeah, thank you, Jim, for that question. And again, it's an honor to be with you all again today. So for our new soldiers after enlistment, we do prepare them for basic combat training and advanced individual training. And what we do is we put them through a program called the Recruit Sustainment Program, which is broken down into multiple phases that they attend 1 week in a month, from red phase, white phase, into blue phase before they ship to basic combat training. So it mirrors the timeline and the training curriculum mirrors basic combat training. So they get making sure they're mentally fit and ready to go, physically prepared, and administratively correct. So that way, when they get to basic combat training, they have seen a lot of this stuff before. It's familiar to them and increases their chance of success.
And then after they complete that training, you go into specific, more specialty type things. Tell us about that as well.
Absolutely. So upon enlistment in the Army National Guard, you'll get to select one of the career fields that you qualified for after taking the ASVAB test. And that advanced individual training following basic combat training is the same training for all Army components, regular Army, Army Reserve, as well as the Army National Guard. And that training timeline differs based off the career field. Some training plans are 6 weeks long. Others go all the way up to 11, 12 months, especially if you're pursuing one of those intelligence fields.
Master Sergeant Dustin Rodereau, if you've got a question about joining that Tennessee Army National Guard, look us up online and give us a call. We'll be glad to talk to you, or you can come into the office here at State of Franklin Road in Johnson City. We're with the service manager at Friendship Ford. I guess, Jeff Carrier, this is a way I would equate this. These football teams, the sales department here at Friendship Ford, they're probably the quarterbacks, running backs, receivers, and your department is the offensive line. You're the ones that do the work and really get the results.
Yeah, we're the grunt. Yeah, we're definitely the grunt. We've got some great guys here. A lot of senior master techs here, so there's nothing here we can't fix on you forward. We've got a couple of specials that I'd like to talk about that's going on for the month of October. Ford's getting ready to come out with some tire specials, some rebates on the tires. We do have alignment special that we got going on right now, $79.95 to do a full-wheel alignment on your vehicle. I've also got a coolant special going on. Of course, winter coming on, we want to make sure that coolant is where it needs to be, being able to protect and be able to not freeze. So we got a coolant drain and refill on those Ford products for $99 as well. Tires, let's talk about tires again. On the alignment, as you can see, we got a tread spec right here that's down in the floor. When you pull that crawl across that line, it's going to do a laser check on that tire, and it lets us know exactly where you are on that tread depth. So if you've got a problem, we're going to see it just as soon as you pull through the lane. That way we can look at the tires and stuff like that. So you talk about safety, and of course tires is the most expensive maintenance item you'll ever spend on a car. So you certainly want to take care of those tires.
And not only do you have those things, but the cleanliness and the beauty of the facility that you have here.
We have a state-of-the-art facility. That is correct. It's almost 4 years old, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, we've got a very nice place, very accommodating for the customers, very accommodating for the technicians, as well as the sales department.
So what's the Jeff Carrier elevator speech on why the Friendship Ford Service Department here in Bristol is, you know, the creme de la creme?
Because we are the best. It's that simple. I mean, we've got the best technicians. I've been in this industry for a long time. Started in actually 1989. So I've been doing this a very long time. So I started out as a technician of 24 years myself. So, you know, I've been around these technicians. I know what they can and what they can't do. They're optimal trained. So, I mean, you're not going to get any better service anywhere else than you could here.
You're watching the Friendship Ford Halftime Report. Friendship Ford is the regional Ford headquarters with the largest selection of F-Series trucks from Knoxville to Roanoke.
At Bank of Tennessee, it's our job to help you focus on the happy moments and check off the things on your to-do list to make them happen. The food, the setup, and if you bought enough flowers. So you can worry about what they're going to think. What in the world are they going to think? What your mom will say. And if you remember the dance you practiced a million times. We're here along the way so you can pull off the happiest moments in life. Bank of Tennessee, in the business of happiness.
Life can be a lot sometimes, but at Holston Medical Group, our primary care providers are here through it all, whether it be a routine checkup or something unexpected. Because at HMG, we're here for you through every stage of life with the best primary care and support. Whether it's you or the people you love most, choose a primary care provider you can rely on. Choose HMG, your health partner for life. Now accepting new patients.
It's Ford Truck Month at Friendship Ford in Bristol. Don't pay over MSRP. Order your new F-150 from Friendship and get a free $500 gas card and $500 toward accessories. Nobody beats Friendship Ford of Bristol. We're dealing.
Whether your weather is good or bad, StormTrack 5 tracks the next weather maker for the week ahead to help you plan ahead. Weather in our area changes quickly. StormTrack 5 makes sure you're prepared for what the day brings. Whether you need an umbrella, a jacket, or sunscreen, check your StormTrack 5 weather app throughout the day to know whether the weather has changed. StormTrack 5, alerting you to severe weather danger.
The Honaker Tigers versus the Virginia High Bearcats. Friday at 6:30 on Fox 39 WEMT. Toyota's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Holston Medical Group. Hardee's is proud to recognize our scholar athletes, celebrating excellence in academics and athletics.
Each week, News 5, WCYB, and Hardee's is honoring one student athlete from each school involved in Friday Night Rivals for their achievements both on and off the field. This week's winner from Hampton High School is Brody Hicks. Hicks is a three-sport standout with a 3.9 GPA. He will graduate high school with an associate's degree as well, thanks to the Carter County Summit Project. The winner from South Greene is Macy Snab. She's a state champion, an all-district volleyball player, and a state medalist in track. She has a 3.37 GPA, and her volunteer work includes work with the youth volleyball players.
All Hardee's scholar athletes have the opportunity to compete for a $5,000 scholarship to be awarded at the end of the season. You're watching the Friendship Ford Halftime Report. Friendship Ford is the regional Ford headquarters with the largest selection of F-Series trucks from Knoxville to Roanoke.
Hampton up 22-0 over South Greene. You're watching Toyota's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Holston Medical Group. Let's show you some first half highlights and how Hampton has jumped out to this lead, and it's in large part to that guy, number 9, Levi Lunsford, just pounding it on the ground, going in for the touchdown on the opening drive to take the early lead. One of the only things that didn't go right for Hampton, the second time they had the ball, Dylan Trivett gets picked off by Dion Blair, and it looked like South Greene was going to snatch some early momentum and turn it into something, but they weren't able to turn that drive into any points. The other guy off to a great start for South Greene was number 1, Johnny Greenwell, but then it's Lunsford finding the end zone again to make it 16-0 Hampton. Here's Greenwell again getting the carry. Then later, Lunsford, his third touchdown of the first half. Hampton cruising here off to a big lead, and they've done it all on the ground. 220 rushing yards. South Greene, only 1 yard of offense. Hampton with 15 first downs, and they have dominated the time of possession. They lead 22-0. We're going to step aside and take a quick timeout. You're watching Toyota's Friday Night Rivals, presented by HMG.
Thanks for watching the Friendship Ford Halftime Report. Friendship Ford is the regional Ford headquarters with the largest selection of F-Series trucks from Knoxville to Roanoke.
The undisputed heavyweight volume dealer from Knoxville to Roanoke, Friendship Jeep of Bristol, we're dealing. It's Jeep Adventure Days at Friendship Jeep in Bristol. Right now, get 0% for 72 months on select Gladiators, and come see the all-new 2022 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xE. Nobody beats the #1 Jeep dealer in Tennessee at Friendship Jeep in Bristol. We're dealing.
At Bank of Tennessee, it's our job to help you focus on the happy moments and check off the things on your to-do list to pull it all off, like finding the perfect soil mixture, the right pots, and a healthy inventory. So you can wonder what they'll think of the displays, and if your green thumb will leave its mark on the community. We're here along the way so you can pull off the happiest moments in life. Bank of Tennessee, in the business of happiness.
Oh, golly, I started loving cotton candy when I was just knee-high to a grasshopper. My daddy took me and my siblings to the county fair and bought each one of us our very own cotton candy. And it tasted just like this right here. Oh, it's a swirl of blue creamy goodness. Lottie me, I've always liked Pals, but now I love Pals. The new cotton candy shake from Pals is here, only for a limited time.
Pals, great food in a flash.
Cotton up, y'all.
The all-new Fox musical drama Monarch airs Tuesdays at 9 p.m. and WEMT wants to send you and a guest to Austin, Texas, the live music capital of the world. All you need to do is visit WCYB.com/contest and enter to win. You could win a trip for 2 to Austin and get $250 in concert cash to attend the show of your choice. From your friends at Fox 39 WEMT and the all-new show Monarch starring Susan Sarandon, Trace Atkins, and Anna Frio, Tuesdays at 9 p.m. on WEMT.
Nash Rader again going to hand this one off.
right, this Hampton defense, Jarvis, in the first half allowed 1 yard. 1 total yard. I haven't seen that in a half in a long time.
Well, the white jerseys, they're just swarming the football, and it comes down to what Austin Bentley, 53, is doing. He's creating that penetration. He's the one that's blowing up the plays in the backfield, but if it's not him making the play, it's allowing those backers to come up and make the plays behind him. But dominating start to this game for Hampton, an impressive first half.
All right, we're going to hear from Sean Jones, the South Greene head coach. He's going to get a headset on here. We'll talk to him before we get going here in the third quarter. All right, Coach, what was your message to the team at halftime?
Well, we just got to, up front, they're just wearing us out up front. We just got to try to be a little bit stronger up front and do what we can do because, they're just wearing us out up there. So, we can try to make adjustments at halftime and see what happens.
Is it schematically where you guys are looking to make adjustments, or is it just kind of a will or desire thing?
My guys, it's just a will or desire. That's what it is right now. They got a great ball club, and they're just wearing us out. And, we just got to come to play. And that's what we told the guys at halftime, keep playing, play hard. 2 years ago, we was down 22 points at halftime and see what happens.
Coach, thank you. Best of luck in the second half.
All right, thanks.
All right, that was Sean Jones, head coach of South Greene. And we do want to pass along for the second half. The scoreboard is not going to be working for the rest of the night here. So they will keep the time on the field. We will do our best to keep you updated on what the time is, but the scoreboard will not be functional, at least for the clock, for the rest of the game this evening. It's 22-0 Hampton. The Bulldogs will be kicking off, so South Greene, Jarvis, at least will be getting the ball to start. Certainly a must-have. They need points on this possession.
There's no question about it. Hampton, they got the ball to start because they wanted to set the tone. Now South Greene gets the ball to start the second half with the opportunity to do the same thing. But this is really the ball game right here. It's a 3-possession game. South Greene has to get some points, and it's been about the Hampton run game and the Hampton defense. But South Greene, their offense needs to help out their defense by picking up some first downs and helping out that defense and staying on the field and just getting some sort of momentum to try to get back into this one.
Chance Point will kick off again. The last time he did it was kind of a squib kick. Dion Blair, one of the backs, will be a little kick here again. It's going to have good field position for South Greene. They're going to be right around the 35-yard line. So that is where the offense will start again. Hampton's defense allowing 1 yard in the first half. They ran 38 plays, Hampton did in the first half. South Greene only ran 11 plays. The jackets, umbrellas are out here as the rain is picking up as we start the second half. This is all the remnants of what was Hurricane Ian has finally reached the Tri-Cities region. And out of the shotgun all evening have South Greene. And it's going to be Race on first down, and he's going to pick up maybe 2.
Devin Ward there, and on the stop, getting that penetration was Hampton, kind of similar to what we saw there in the first half. Going to be interesting to see what if South Greene tries to mix it up and run some different looks that we haven't seen. I know that they want to try and get Race involved. He's been swallowed up. He's their leading guy in terms of yards rushing and yards receiving, but a very quiet first half for him. Be interesting to see if they can try and get him going.
Nash Rader, the freshman quarterback, looking to throw it on second down, but he decides to tuck it and run. And that Bulldog defense not letting him get very far. That was Shaden Oliver bringing him down.
Yeah, nice job right there by Oliver coming up there. And he has quarterback contained right there, kind of spying on him. He sees that Rader wants to take off and run. Rader with a good job of keeping his eyes down the field, but a great job right there bringing him down. And now it's another 3rd and long for South Greene.
It'll be 3rd and 8. Ball's at the 38-yard line. Big 3rd down for the South Greene offense.
Do not let Bentley blow up this play here.
And Hampton defense is Raiders running for his life back there. He's got nowhere to go, and he's going to be sacked. The ball's out. Hampton falls on it, and they will take over. Jonathan Greenwell recovers, and Nash Rader, the freshman, went backwards, ran out of room.
That's a costly turnover. That's something, you're down 22. I get you're trying to make something happen, and you're just hoping, praying that somebody can get open down the field. When you're just scrambling around, you just kind of got to throw it away there and live another down. But just running around and then not taking care of the football, just kind of expounding on that mistake. Huge, costly turnover, and Hampton's knocking on the door with an opportunity to put this game away.
This drive will start for Hampton at about the 11-yard line of South Greene. They're already inside the red zone. Full house backfield. Lunsford is the deep back. They're going to throw it on first down. Greenwell's open outside, but it's overthrown. Dylan Trivet a little high there looking for Greenwell.
South Greene got just enough pressure to alter that pass because he was open there. Great job right there by South Greene, kind of just putting just enough pressure on Trivet. Look, he's going out to the corner of the end zone. He's running to that back pylon. He has him, but just overthrows him just a little bit. If that play is better protected, I would think that Trivet's able to put it right on Johnny Greenwell, and that could be a touchdown.
All right, full house backfield once again. Lunsford's going to get the carry on second down, and he picks up about 1 yard. So South Greene's defense, 2 nice plays early on. Third and long for this Hampton offense. Again, if you're just tuning in, the scoreboard, the clock part of the scoreboard, not working for the rest of the game here.
With 10 minutes to go in the third quarter.
You heard it's 10 minutes left in the third quarter. It's 3rd and 9 for Hampton. They're going to spread it out. 3 receivers to the far side of the field, a single receiver at the bottom. And they're going to throw to the short side of the field. That's going to be Chance Point, and he's in for the touchdown. A Toyota touchdown for Chance Point. Jarvis, they put him in single coverage at the bottom, a little slant route.
Yeah, one-on-one matchup there on the outside, just able to get the ball out quickly. Little slant right here. Nice job by Trivet, recognizing the coverage, recognizing he has one-on-one on the outside, and then good catch right there by Point, going into the end zone, kind of pushing that defender across the pylon. He had 2 touchdowns last time out against Happy Valley. He has his first one here tonight against South Greene.
All right, the Bulldogs will go for 2 once again. 4 receivers. This time it's going to be a little swing pass, and up and in for the 2-point conversion is Brody Hicks. That makes it 30-0 Hampton. You're watching Toyota's Friday Night Rivals.
This is the legendary Toyota 4Runner.
For 40 years, this bad boy's been dealing with the off-road like nobody else.
4Runner's one of 15 different all-wheel drive vehicles from Toyota,
Including this favorite of mine, the best-selling Toyota Tacoma.
The Tacoma is all about off-road adventure.
Yeah, it's got multi-terrain select, crawl control, electronic locking rear differential. It has it all.
So whatever you get us into, Tacoma can get us out of.
And we'll have a lot of fun doing it.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Life can be a lot sometimes. But at Holston Medical Group, our primary care providers are here through it all, whether it be a routine checkup or something unexpected. Because at HMG, we're here for you through every stage of life with the best primary care and support. Whether it's you or the people you love most, choose a primary care provider you can rely on. Choose HMG, your health partner for life. Now accepting new patients.
Welcome back to South Greene High School. Hampton on top 30-0 over South Greene. We're getting ready for a kickoff by Chance Point, who scored the touchdown for Hampton. Then Brody Hicks had the 2-point conversion for the Bulldogs. It's going to be a low kick right up the middle. South Greene can have this one out across the 35-yard line.
And Rainbow on the return.
Coming up in the fourth quarter, we'll have our Toyota drive of the game. So far, all the drives have been by the Hampton Bulldogs that have put points on the board tonight. With 30-0 now, we will have a running clock. Unless South Greene is able to put some points on the board, that would stop the running clock. It's 30 points in the second half in the state of Tennessee. It's a change. It used to be 35-point margin in the second half. They changed that this year to 30 points. The Rebels will come out, 2 backs. Raiders going to keep this one. And that Hampton defense strong once again.
That was Luke Belcher that time, Casey. 63, penetrating, getting up the field right there. They go with the double team on Austin Bentley. He's blown up enough plays, but that's again kind of an effect Bentley has, because he's difficult to handle one-on-one, so then you double team him and it frees up other guys to make plays. That time it was the senior Belcher.
No gain, 2nd and 10 for the Rebels. This time it's going to be Connor Race. He's going to be brought down after a gain of 3. Third and long for this South Greene offense, as we now have 8 minutes left in the third quarter.
They try to stretch it to the outside, but that's a nice job there by Lunsford, just getting up the field, holding his contain, not letting them get to the outside right there, and it's a 3rd and 7 situation. Curious what South Greene does here. They've struggled running the ball. They've tried to roll out Raider. See what they do here.
Raiders under pressure, and he is going to be brought down for a sack. The Bulldogs defense, Levi Lunsford there gets the sack. He has 3 touchdowns on offense, and now he has his first sack of the game on defense.
Lunsford was there on the sack, but it's Shaden Oliver, 64, who was there applying some pressure as well. A bunch of guys coming in, chasing down Raider. It's been a rough night for the South Greene quarterback and this offense, and they're forced to punt.
So Jonathan Greenwell is back for Hampton. Wet football now with the rain coming down. Bulldogs not coming after this one. Greenwell looks like he has no intention of trying to catch this ball, and probably wisely, the worst thing you could do if you're Hampton is fumble here, so he's going to let that ball come down, and Bulldogs will take over inside their own 30-yard line.
That was a low snap too, Casey. That was actually a pretty good job right there, getting that punt away. Sometimes with those low snaps, it's tricky with that rush coming, still get it off. Nice job there, though, by South Greene managing to get that punt away, averting another mistake.
All right, this Hampton offense has been rolling so far tonight. Their second possession of the second half. They've had the ball 5 times so far. They've scored 4 touchdowns. The only possession they did not score was when Trivet threw an interception. This one, it sails on him a bit. It's caught. That was in a lot of traffic there. Greenwell makes the catch. We got a pair of South Greene players down. One of them is Dion Blair. He's still down. Hunter Berkey also shaken up now. Both of them are up. This was a lot of traffic on this throw, Jarvis.
I was a little bit surprised they would air it out here with such a big lead. They've been running the football so well. Interesting that they would go to the air right there. But I guess maybe they figure with a running clock, try and mix it up and give South Greene's defense a different look.
All right, they're going to have trips to the wide side of the field here. Single receiver at the top of your screen. And we got a flag.
Prior snap. Delay game. Number 18 on the offense. 5 yards from the previous spot. Remains second down.
All right, a rare mistake for this Hampton offense. Delay a game penalty. They have put the ball on the ground twice. They did recover both fumbles, and then other than the Trivet interception, pretty clean game for this Hampton offense. So far, be 2nd and 10. Levi Lunsford going to get the carry on 2nd down, and he is close to the 40-yard line and across the. Looks like he does have a first down as he's really close to the 40-yard line.
Running it out of shotgun this time, just another strong push by that offensive line, and it's quite a few yards down the field before a South Greene defender is able to even touch Lunsford. And we talked about it at the top, but one of the things that makes him so difficult, he's not a tall guy, so he's able to sneak up on those defenders quickly.
Greenwell with the catch, runs over a defender as they're across into South Greene territory. Jonathan Greenwell with the catch. We are now under 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
Yeah, just a nice job right there, finding the receiver down the field, getting it out quickly. One of the things that playing in these conditions does, especially when the weather, we're getting out of that summer mode, kind of into fall and winter, as we have an injury on the far sideline right there. I think that's Chance Point, Casey.
So he's getting worked on there. Actually, Sean Jones is doing it, the head coach of South Greene, lending a hand. We'll talk about the Blue Cross Bowl once again here. Certainly that's a place that Hampton was at last year. You can watch all 9 state championship games in the state of Tennessee. The 3 private school games will be on December the 1st. The 6 public school games will be on December 2nd and 3rd in Chattanooga. Last year, Northeast Tennessee had 2 teams, both from Carter County, Elizabeth and Hampton. They played in the 2A and 4A championship games, respectively.
Always a fun environment down there in Chattanooga, and I think that you mentioned it earlier, how Hampton going to that game last year gives them confidence that they can get back there. Michael Lunsford was talking about how he thought this offseason, what impressed him the most was the commitment specifically in the weight room. That's where the offseason is won, and Hampton really committed themselves there this year.
All right, Trivet, you're going to keep this one all the way across the 40-yard line. He had a lot of running room there for Dylan Trivet, Bank of Tennessee. First down and back to when Chance Point was down there. How cool is it of Sean Jones to be the one out there and stretching out someone? You don't see that very often, a opposing coach helping someone out there with a stretching on the field. So very nice move there by Sean Jones.
I like that a lot. That's some good sportsmanship right there.
The first down for Hampton. Balls at the South Greene 37. Got 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Trivet option pitches to Blair, and Blair going nowhere. Nice play there by the South Greene defense. That was Derek Miller.
One of the things playing in conditions like this, it's tough to simulate wet conditions. So I think this is really a benefit really to both teams, but specifically for Hampton if they want to make a deep postseason run, where when you have a wet, it's different when you're handling a wet football, when you're catching a wet football, just kind of dealing with these elements, something we're seeing right now with the Bulldogs.
We have 4 receivers out here on 2nd and 10. It's going to be Trivet on a designed run all the way, and not much there as South Greene. The ball is out. South Greene has picked it up. And it is going to be Rebel football. Connor Marshall recovered that one for South Greene as Dylan Trivet put it on the ground. And Jarvis, that's the 3rd time Hampton has put the ball on the ground. The first time, though, they did not recover it.
Finally, a break that goes the way of South Greene. This is a nice job kind of gang tackling him right here, and it looks like he's laying on top of the South Greene defender, so his knee not down, and a nice job right there by South Greene, finally just falling on the football. That's Connor Marshall with the recovery. Let's see if South Greene now, let's see if that wakes up this offense a little bit. It's been tough sledding for them. See if they can get some sort of drive going.
Connor Race on the designed run. He's going to lose a couple yards as that Hampton defense, Devin Ward in the middle, brings down Nash Rader.
Yeah, it's just the penetration, just South Greene has had no answer for. Hampton is controlling the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. They're pushing that South Greene offensive line backwards, and it's just blowing up a lot of these plays here tonight.
We are late in the third quarter of this one. Again, the clock not working. In fact, we might have just ran out of time here in the third quarter. That is the end of the third quarter. We'll take a timeout. It's Hampton 30, South Greene nothing on Toyota Friday Night Rivals.
At Bank of Tennessee, it's our job to help you focus on the happy moments and check off the things on your to-do list to make them happen. The food, the setup, and if you bought enough flowers. So you can worry about what they're going to think. What in the world are they going to think? What your mom will say. And if you remember the dance you practiced 1,000,000 times. We're here along the way so you can pull off the happiest moments in life. Bank of Tennessee, in the business of happiness.
Nobody beats Friendship Hyundai of Bristol and Johnson City. At Friendship Hyundai, get a lifetime warranty on every new and used car, an any reason 7-day exchange, and our service department services any make, any model, anytime. At Friendship Hyundai, we're dealing.
Oh, golly, I started loving cotton candy when I was just knee-high to a grasshopper. My daddy took me and my siblings to the county fair and bought each one of us our very own cotton candy. And it tasted just like this right here. Oh, it's a swirl of blue creamy goodness. Lottie me, I've always liked Pals, but now I love Pals. The new cotton candy shake from Pals is here, only for a limited time.
Pals, great food in a flash.
Cotton up, y'all.
Winter is coming, so don't wait to get your home ready for the cold with propane from Marsh Propane. Family owned and operated, Marsh Propane has been serving the region since 1966. Whether you're building a new home, switching over to gas heat, or just want to change your provider, Marsh Propane makes it fast and easy. Heating your home and water, cooking, or relaxing with your family, you'll never be let down by the dependability of gas. Fight the chill year-round with Marsh Propane. Service, safety, dependability.
Saturday is a Storm Track 5 weather alert day as Ian brings wind and rain to our region. Download our Storm Track 5 weather app to stay informed wherever you are. Trust us for real-time information on News 5, WCYB.com, and our Storm Track 5 weather.
Welcome back to South Greene. Rain continuing to fall as we start the fourth quarter. The South Greene offense, that throw is going to be high by Nash Rader on second down. That'll be third down for South Greene. Hampton been dominant so far. Of course, Levi Lunsford, that ground game, but the defense, they have allowed negative 11 yards through 3 quarters.
Yeah, it was a big part of it was that fumble that South Greene had there in the third quarter, resulting in the negative yardage. But just Hampton, their front four has just been dominant. As South Greene faces a third and short here, but Hampton showing pressure. Let's see if they bring it.
It's 3rd and 13 for the Rebels. A quick throw to the outside, and Blair with the big hit. That's an incomplete pass. That was a big hit by Brody Hicks.
Yeah, Casey, I was looking at the original stick on accident, but yeah, they had to get to the Hampton 42-yard line. But look, big hit right here. What a nice job. That was Brody Hicks sniffing out that one. I like what South Greene tried to do there, get the ball out quickly, little bubble screen right there, but just nothing to it. This Hampton defense, they are flying to the football. Great job by them. Another punt upcoming by South Greene.
Early stages of the fourth quarter here. Rebels going to punt away. And Hampton's, that one's going to go out of bounds. So we're going to take a timeout. Hampton's on top 30-0.
Citizens Bank is a locally owned and operated bank serving communities in East Tennessee. The bank was established in 1934 with 3 guiding principles at its foundation: assurance of safety to depositors, a high standard of service to customers, and a genuine desire to serve the community. These principles are the core factor in the success that has lasted over 85 years and grown Citizens Bank to the renowned financial institution it is today. To learn more about Citizens Bank, visit citizensbank24.com.
Hey, I'm Ethan.
And I'm Danielle.
And we're back on the road again in the adventurous new Toyota RAV4. Now, we can tell you why RAV4 is the best-selling SUV.
But we'd rather show you.
Let's go.
First off, RAV4 is one of 14 different Toyotas available as an electrified vehicle.
At 40 mpg, it's got a driving range of 580 miles.
Saving you thousands in fuel costs over the next 5 years.
And every new RAV4 comes with 2-year no-cost maintenance included.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Oh, golly, I started loving cotton candy when I was just knee-high to a grasshopper. My daddy took me and my siblings to the county fair and bought each one of us our very own cotton candy. And it tasted just like this right here. Oh, it's a swirl of blue creamy goodness. Lottie me, I've always liked Pals, but now I love Pals. The new cotton candy shake from Pals is here, only for a limited time.
Pals, great food in a flash.
Cotton up, y'all.
It's Ram Power Days at Friendship Ram in Bristol. Right now, get 0% for 72 months on 1,500 Laramies with a huge selection, all with a lifetime warranty and a 7-day any reason exchange. Nobody beats Friendship Ram of Bristol. We're dealing. It's Ford Truck Month at Friendship Ford in Bristol. Don't pay over MSRP. Order your new F-150 from Friendship and get a free $500 gas card and $500 toward accessories. Nobody beats Friendship Ford of Bristol. We're dealing.
Toyota's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Holston Medical Group.
All Hampton so far in this one, 10:07 left in the fourth quarter. Bulldogs on top 30-0. It was 22-0 at halftime. Hampton scored again in the third quarter, and that's how we got to 30-0. It's going to be run up the middle to Levi Lunsford here for Hampton on first down after a South Greene punt. He's going to pick up about 4 yards.
It's interesting, Casey. I was looking back at my notes, the keys to the game and what we talked about at the top. Hampton, it was staying ahead of the chains, which they've done a phenomenal job at tonight. They've had some rare third and longs, and then limiting the big plays, which, of course, they've done that. And then South Greene was trying to no turnovers, and then their red zone defense. And it's just interesting how Hampton has done a good job with their keys. South Greene has struggled with their keys.
Austin Bentley with a carry. Nice to give Bentley. He's had a monster game on defense, and he's been blocking all night for Lunsford and Greenwell. Nice to give him a little love, give him the football.
He's just a load to bring down. I mean, it's the disruption he does on the defensive side of the ball. The senior, he's a two-way player, a 3-year starter, 6 foot, 200 pounds. He is an absolute load, and he might get it again here. Nope.
Trivet is going to keep it this time, and he's going to get the first down. We'll have to see. I think the last time, it looks like we have Trivet might be down here. And he is going to be worked on the sidelines. And while Trivet is down, we'll take a quick timeout. Hampton on top 30-0 on Friday Night Rivals.
Tonight's School Spotlight is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer.
Some meaning from that based on what we know, like independent by itself, like you want to be independent right now, right? I want them to appreciate the world around them and take care of the world that they live in. But just as human beings, just learning to respect each other, care for your fellow man, work in your community. Those are the things that I hope that my students take away from my example. Some of your egg cells would contain the dominant allele. Some would contain the recessive allele. That's what drives me is seeing that light bulb go off, seeing them learn something new, or seeing them think about something that they've never really thought about. How did he do his proof in this experiment? He crossed 2 of these together. It's that atmosphere of caring that I think really separates us from maybe a lot of other schools. And we truly do work as a team. I'm just blessed to be one small piece of that puzzle. So it really takes everyone in the building, it takes everyone in the community to make this place the special place that it is.
.808 left in the fourth quarter as Dylan Trivet was helped off the field. And before that play, Jars, I think the last time Levi Lunsford came out of the game, it looked like Coach Lunsford said something to him, maybe your night is done, because he kind of looked back at him and looked like he was a little bit down, but it looks like Lunsford is back out there. You wonder how much longer they're going to leave these guys out here. Trivet on the sidelines, but Lunsford is back out there now. New quarterback is Chance Point, and he puts the ball on the ground. He does recover it. So Hampton been very fortunate. 4 times they put the ball on the ground. 3 of them they have recovered. And now we have another player down for Hampton. It looks like with Trivet it was some cramping, and now we have some more cramps. And we'll be back on Friday Night Rivals.
At Bank of Tennessee, it's our job to help you focus on the happy moments and check off the things on your to-do list to make them happen. The food, the setup, and if you bought enough flowers. So you can worry about what they're going to think. What in the world are they going to think? What your mom will say. And if you remember the dance you practiced 1,000,000 times. We're here along the way so you can pull off the happiest moments in life. Bank of Tennessee, in the business of happiness.
What's your definition of fresh? At Food City, ours starts every morning as our certified butchers hand-cut everything you see behind the counter fresh that day. Fresh also means our beef is ground in the store several times a day, time-stamped with the hour it was ground. That's a fresh guarantee. The fact is, it just doesn't get any fresher than this. That's why we say, start fresh with Food City.
All right, welcome back to South Greene High School. Chance Point recovered that fumble. Dominic Burleson is now the quarterback for Hampton. Look at Burleson go breaking through the line, and Burleson is going to almost take that one. He gets tripped up. Great job there by Dion Blair to trip him up. But Dominic Burleson with some jets there, Jarvis. With coach saying we have some more speed, I think Burleson might be the fastest player we've seen so far tonight.
The sophomore, 5'11", 160 with a burst. He gets up on that front seven quickly, and then he nearly broke it before he got tripped up. Nice run there by Dominic Burleson, the sophomore, getting a little glimpse here at Hampton's future potentially, but great run right there.
Burleson's going to run it again here. Why not? This time he puts it on the ground, but he recovers it, and he looks like holding his back of his leg, and he gives the thumbs up.
Playing in the rain like this, it's tough to simulate wet conditions until you're actually in them. So that's one of the things for both of these teams dealing with the wet football. I think you're seeing that it's tough to handle. You've been in the conditions for a while. The jersey's wet, the ball is wet, everything's just wet. But really got to just take care of the ball right here as this game winds down to the end.
Jonathan Greenwell is going to line up at quarterback on this one, and he's going to get close to the 10-yard line and fall forward here. We've seen a lot of Bulldogs look like having to deal with some cramping issues here in the second half. Chance Point, Dylan Trivet, and then even on that last one, Burleson.
But it's given some guys some opportunities. Nothing wrong with giving some guys some game action. It's tough to simulate game action. And, you know, Trivet, he had a preseason injury with his hand that required some stitches, a non-football injury, and so it looks like he's back in there, though, which is a good thing. So, you know, shuffling some guys around, nothing new for Hampton, as some different guys are getting looks at quarterback in the preseason.
Trivet going to throw this one, and that's going to be caught short of the goal line. Greenwell with the catch, and that was Dion Blair on the tackle, keeping Greenwell out of the end zone. And certainly with Trivet back in the game, makes a nice throw there, but you don't expect him to probably be running the ball after he was dealing with some cramping issues there. So Greenwell with that catch, it's going to be 1st and goal for Hampton. You see Trivet is coming back out.
Looks like the identical play that went for the touchdown, just kind of that quick slant over the middle out to Greenwell. He makes the tough catch, getting close down to the goal line.
You give it to Austin Bentley, maybe give the big guy a carry here inside the one. No, it's going to be Lunsford, and he's in for his 4th touchdown of the game. Levi Lunsford scores to make it 36-0 Hampton. Bulldog faithful made the trip down here. The band still playing loudly. Nothing fancy here on this one for Levi Lunsford, his 4th touchdown of the game.
That's about as easy as it gets right there, going in, standing up. Not much ground to cover there, able to cross the plane.
Looks like they're going to attempt a traditional extra point for the first time with Chance Point. They're going to come in. You never know when you get into the playoffs or a game where you may need an extra point to maybe put it away. So good practice here for Chance Point. And that ball is up, and it is good. 37-0 Hampton on top of South Greene.
Chance Point, he can do it all. This is a guy, he's a baseball player, he's a basketball player, explosive, only fitting that it's him kicking the extra point right there for Hampton. One of the most versatile players on this Bulldog roster.
We'll be right back.
Catch the biggest plays and the final scores on Friday Night Huddle with News 5 Sports' Heather Williams every Friday night during Fox 39 News at 10. Friday Night Huddle is sponsored by Ingalls, Hardee's, and Champion Chevrolet.
I'm Casey Getz.
I'm Heather Williams.
I'm Steve Wilmoth of ESPN Tri-Cities and TriCitySports.com.
We will highlight the key matchups and make our predictions.
Join us for Prep Picks every Wednesday on Fox 39 News at 10.
.404 remaining in this contest. Hampton on top 37-0 over South Greene. Levi Lunsford, 28 carries in the game, 156 yards, 4 touchdowns. That's an average of 5.5 yards a carry. Oh my God. Very impressive performance by the #1 team in the state in Class 2A, coming on the road. And Coach Lunsford, you know, he told me earlier in the week that there is some motivation there. These guys have lost 2 years in a row to South Greene. I mean, the kids that are seniors hadn't beaten the Rebels since they were freshmen. So this is something not many players on the Hampton team have experienced. South Greene has a nice return here. The Rebels trying to end this shutout streak here. Burleson brings down Nash Rader, the quarterback, with a nice return for South Greene. So the Rebels not giving up yet here as we're under 4 minutes remaining in our Toyota drive of the game time. After this kick return, Nash Rader, again, the quarterback for South Greene.
You got a couple good blocks right here, and then when you get the sideline, it just kind of turns into a foot race at this point. Nice job right there. South Greene still playing hard with the special teams. But let's go to the drive of the game, the Toyota drive of the game, and it was all Levi Lunsford getting 10 carries on the opening drive, going 71 yards, ending with this touchdown run right here. It took 4:06 off the clock to open the game. That's the Toyota and game-winning drive of the game.
Nash Rader going to run this one close to the 20, going to be down about the 22, 23-yard line. Again, we're under 4 minutes remaining in the game. Nash Rader, freshman, starting at quarterback for South Greene. Luke Myers, both of these schools really had. Connor Jones was, I believe, a 3-year starter quarterback for Hampton. Luke Myers played some as a freshman here. Was a starter for 3 years. So both of these programs missing their veteran quarterbacks, and you see Dylan Trivett stepping in for Hampton, and Rader, the freshman, starting tonight for South Greene. He's going to throw this one across the middle. It's tipped and almost intercepted. Goes through the hands of Gene Carrico.
You know, Nash Rader has the pedigree. I know his uncle Travis, he played some quarterback in South Greene in the 90s. All about learning experience, though, for a freshman. I know Sean Jones, he's had a veteran group the last couple years, and I know he was telling you, Casey, that it's a little bit of an adjustment when you're coaching some younger guys, and he's had to learn himself that the importance of having some patience and knowing you're going to go through some growing pains. But he feels like that his guys have shown some improvement. He's been hard on them, but he says they take the constructive criticism well.
Under 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Hampton trying to preserve this shutout here. Carrico and a host of Bulldogs.
I like that mature play right there by Rader, though. That's a mature play. He's looking down the field, doesn't have anybody, swings that out to Connor Ray's, kind of serving as his security blanket right there. And look, that turned into 5 or 6 yards. Might not seem like a lot, but instead of forcing a throw down the field like we saw earlier in the drive, he gets it out there in the flat to his running back and gets a good gain.
Ball's at the 16-yard line of Hampton. South Greene going to go 4 receivers here on first down. And we got a penalty flag, going to blow this play down. I think there was some movement on the line there, Jarvis.
Five-yard penalty. First down.
It was a false start against South Greene, and Coach Lunsford still coaching his guys here. They want to keep this shutout.
One of the things that Michael Lunsford said earlier in the week that I thought was interesting, Casey, he was saying how, yes, they want to beat South Greene because it means a lot to them, and they haven't the last 2 years. But he says this game has helped make his team better.
Might be the last play of the game. It's thrown up and incomplete in the final seconds. And that is the ball game. We're done here at South Greene. Hampton preserves the shutout with that final play, knocking it down in the end zone. The Bulldogs make a statement tonight, winning 37-0 over South Greene. When we come back, we'll present the Friday Night Rivals trophy to Hampton. We'll talk to head coach Michael Lunsford. You're watching Friday Night Rivals.
The right way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the right way to film it is in slow motion, obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
Citizens Bank is a locally owned and operated bank serving communities in East Tennessee. The bank was established in 1934 with 3 guiding principles at its foundation: assurance of safety to depositors, a high standard of service to customers, and a genuine desire to serve the community. These principles are the core factor in the success that has lasted over 85 years and grown Citizens Bank to the renowned financial institution it is today. To learn more about Citizens Bank, visit citizensbank24.com.
What's your definition of fresh? At Food City, ours starts every morning as our certified butchers hand cut everything you see behind the counter fresh that day. Fresh also means our beef is ground in the store several times a day, time-stamped with the hour it was ground. That's a fresh guarantee. The fact is, it just doesn't get any fresher than this. That's why we say, start fresh with Food City.
All trophies and plaques for WCYB's Friday Night Rivals are provided by Eddie's Trophies and Gift Shop in Bristol. Eddie's Trophies also offers medals, plaques, acrylics, glass, and crystal pieces for your business, school, or sports team. That's Eddie's Trophy and Gift Shop, online at eddiestrophies.com.
The excitement is back on Rocky Top, and no one takes you inside the orange like the locker room, connected by Iris Networks. Join me, Mark Packer, along with Austin Price of VolQuest.com and former Tennessee wide receiver Jason Swain as we give you the scoop on the Vols.
Each and every week, you have to play your best football.
And speaking of the Vols, we'll have a current player in studio each and every week. Make sure you join us every Sunday night for the locker room, connected by Iris Networks.
Welcome back to South Greene, and Coach Lunsford, when that one went final, he was excited that his Bulldogs got the win, preserved the shutout. Not kind of sure what dance we're going to call that right there, but maybe we'll ask Coach about that. 37-0, Hampton over South Greene, and we're pleased to be joined now by Michael Lunsford, head coach of Hampton. Coach, you get a Gatorade bath, a little bit of a dance. Now that the game is over, what did this win mean to you and your team?
Well, it means a lot. You know, we expect to win games like this. You know, for us, South Greene is a stepping stone to where we want to get. You know, we've got aspirations to get back to the state championship. That's our goal, and that's what we're working for.
Coach, I know you talked about last year how, and even this year, how you want your guys to get 1% better each day and how that'll add up. Where did you guys feel like you got better tonight?
Well, I feel like during the bye week, I think we have got a lot of young guys here that really push us in practice, makes us work, makes us get better, and practice has to be harder than the games, and that's what it was this week.
Coach, defensively, you pitched the shutout. You held them to negative yards through 3 quarters. Brag about your defensive performance tonight.
All right, Coach Jenkins does a great job with the defense. You know, I don't know if they had many first downs, if any. You know, we just feel like we've got a lot of good players that can play on both sides of the football, and we look forward to getting each one of them a little bit better, 1% better every day.
Coach Levi Lunsford, he's a special player. Just talk about him and just what a load he is and what he can do for you guys as a football team.
Hey, you know, Levi's worked his butt off to be where he's at. He's done a great job in the weight room. He's worked his tail off. Levi wasn't always just a great athlete, and it wasn't given to him. He's worked his tail off to get to here, to get to where he's at. I'm awful proud of him, and I'm awful proud of the guys blocking in front of him.
Well, Coach, the third time is the charm. Your first Friday Night Rivals trophy here. Give that to the team, and congratulations on the win.
Thank you. Here you go, guys.
All right, the Hampton Bulldogs with the big win tonight, 37-0. I want to say thank you to the folks at Toyota, Holston Medical Group, Friendship Automotive, Food City, Hardee's, Pals, Bank of Tennessee, the Tennessee Army National Guard, Jersey Mike's, Eddie Trophies, the sponsors make this possible. Thank you so much. Thank you to watching at home and all of the wonderful viewers out there. Hampton High School, South Greene High School, thank you very much for letting us do this game. You can watch the replay of this game tomorrow, 1:30 on the Tri-City CW. Next week, we'll be at Virginia High. The Bearcats hosting Honaker. For Jarvis Herron, I'm Casey Getz. Our crew, thank you for staying out in the elements tonight. You all are the best crew we have in high school football right here. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend.